We live. What's the beginning? Water, fire, earth, air. Is that it?
We'll just.
All right, y'all. We can't play the intro because YouTube got me. Y'all see the previous stream is not up, but we here to talk about episode 2. I've been drinking. Okay, I've said I'm not going to drink hard alcohol. I wasn't that specific in the beginning. Mixed drinks I enjoy. Okay, I'm a bitch when it comes to the alcohol. I can't taste it. Okay, I need good flavor. So I got me a little mixed drink going, but I haven't eaten shit all day. Except for bacon and protein shakes. Yeah, so I'm eating some French fries right now. Y'all was watching Sassy stream. She crying. She got me in my feelings. Look. Let's talk about some Avatar, okay?
Yes.
Let's up the spirits, okay? Let's enter the spirit world and have a little party over here. While I crunch my French fries. Do you know the Andy Caps chips? Have you ever ate those?
The Andy Caps?
Andy Caps?
No, I've never even heard of that.
Oh my goodness.
Is that a Memphis thing?
Nah, it's a blue bag of chips. There's a dude on it with the red hat, and they're like fries. There's different flavors, but oh my goodness, these taste just like that. Anyway,
I'm not a big chip fan though, so
cool. I haven't really eaten them either. We got a big bag of family-sized Doritos that I'm supposed to be eating with some dip, but I have been eating better. I promise you. Yeah, we're here to discuss episode 2. Talk about it. This title, this episode.
Did you watch Beyond the second one?
Honestly, I didn't, but I've been thinking about it. I feel like it wouldn't really affect the us doing the stream from episode to episode.
I didn't want to confuse myself. But yeah, it's confusing itself anyway, so.
Yeah, so I haven't, but if you want to, then we can do it. Because I do want to go ahead and put out a whole review instead of like waiting till the shit's dead and nobody cares about it. And then the video gets like no views. So I have been thinking about just going ahead and watching it all the way through. But no, I haven't watched past episode 2. Okay. And then I went and watched the animated series. And of course, you get upset at the live action because of all the things that are not there or that they fucked up. But again, I'm trying not to compare directly. I'm trying to judge the show fairly as just its own thing and see if it accomplishes what it seeks to do, what it sought out to do. And can it stand on its own, like without the animation to, carry it or whatever?
It's hard to do. It's hard to separate it, but I'm trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Episode 2. You're the guest. Well, no, you're not a guest. I guess this is our thing. So, y'all, I'm sick. So if my voice sounds kind of weird or whatever, that's what's going on. I'm pushing through though. I feel fine. I'm just congested. So, Jana, episode 2. What you got? Talk to the people so I can eat French fries.
So, it was a lot of girl bossing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of girl bossing. Did you watch it today? I watched it today, and I waited purposely to watch it, like so it was fresh in my mind.
No, I watched it like earlier this week, probably right after our last stream.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm actually missing the sexism. I feel like that is the reason why the Warriors, the Kyoshi Warriors, made it work. And like why they were so badass in the show. Mm-hmm. And that being not there it just makes them look like they're just being a jerk, I guess. I don't.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. And if you're in like these Avatar groups and everybody's like, you don't need the sexism and that's not important to the story, yada, yada, yada. You know what? I will say that I think you could accomplish the same things without the sexism. I doubt it, but I feel like an accomplished storyteller could. But at the same time, being able to show a person in their flawed self and seeing that growth, I think
Right.
that is important for culture itself. Because nowadays they want everyone to be just perceived as just perfect. They automatically understand that there's 15,000 genders and you can't assume a he or a she, or you're not supposed to speak on a woman's experience or shit like that.
Yeah.
But people are not that. People are going to mess up. People are flawed. So to see somebody else that's flawed on screen and see them go through this whole journey of how they become better, then I think that is important for us. We don't have people sitting around a campfire or fucking cave paintings on a wall and shit like that. We're telling stories with the mediums that we have, with in this case animation turned into live action. Um but you tell that complete story. It's not going to be all everybody's perfect, everybody's doing the right thing, everybody respects one another, um and all that shit. So to be able to, myself, I love soccer. Soccer is probably my favorite.
He's my favorite too.
Yeah, Sokka's my favorite character on Team Gang. So to see that asshole of a character, and it's not even because he's intentionally an asshole, he's
Right.
young, and this is just what he's used to. The women weave baskets and clothing and shit and make food. The men fight. We go catch and hunt the food. So that's just what he's used to. He's not seeing it as it's a negative or I'm putting someone down. These are our roles. This is how
Yeah.
society moves forward, is people knowing their place, knowing their roles, and living up to that,
Yeah.
and
Or
going
at least
hard
in
at it.
his tribe. Like he's realizing that his tribe isn't the way they do things isn't how it's done everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a lesson he learns at that island that he doesn't quite, I mean, he still gets it, but he doesn't quite get the full gist of it. Like he's embarrassed about it in the show. Like he gets his ass kicked by some girls. Like
And when he gets his ass kicked, because I'm watching the animation again, I'm trying not to compare, but it's very fucking hard
yeah,
because he then goes back and apologizes. Like he's in a submissive stance. He's on his
right.
knees. I fucked up. Teach me how to become better. This shit
Yeah,
that y'all doing is working as women. Okay. I don't care about the women part. I see the warrior part. So help me because I see where I am flawed, where I do fall short. And your skills can help better me. So please teach me,
yeah,
warriors that just so happen to be women. But when you were saying that he sees that, he's experiencing the world now, I was watching the clip of Iroh talking to Zuko and telling him about all of the nations and saying if you only take information from what's around you, then you become rigid and stale. You don't grow. So you have to learn from everybody to become basically the best fucking version of yourself.
yeah,
And yes, that is what Sokka learned. So it's not just Iroh telling Zuko this. Everybody is learning this in this show. Toph is learning that okay, everybody doesn't see me as weak. There are some people that respect me. They see my power, and unlike my parents who were just like, oh no, Toph, you can't do that. We must put the chains on you harder. Stay home and don't go out and do shit. Everybody else is like, no, Toph, you a badass. Keep whooping ass. Like keep being great.
yeah,
So anyway, we could talk about how the original is so much better all day. But my experience with episode 2, titled Warrior, maybe
Africa.
Warriors. Yeah. I it was I give the show props. It does some things well. So seeing Kiyoshi girl boss, I enjoyed it, but this was not the place for it. I
You
think
mean the
Copra.
Avatar or just in general?
No, the Avatar, not the
Okay.
Warriors.
Yeah, yeah.
And Copa said it in his review, which I agree with. I would much rather if Netflix have just focused on another Avatar.
Yeah.
So
100%.
seeing Kiyoshi do her thing, it's like, yes, I want to see that. I have the book. Like, I'm cool with that shit. But this is not Kiyoshi's story. This is Aang's story. So again, there's a place for it. I didn't care to see it here, especially compared to the animation where that shit didn't happen. They're clearly forcing it. They're putting it in there because modern times. But it was still cool to see.
Yeah.
The Warriors themselves, I know some people say like Suki was perfect casting. She just looked like Asian girl with makeup to me. I feel like she was fine. She got the job
Yeah.
done.
I had no issues with her.
Yeah, there was no issues. Like, she didn't do anything astounding. She was not wowing. It was just, okay, you did your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? Zuko, he was fine. It's like everything else was fine. I didn't like, and I talked to you about it, I didn't like Kiyoshi, and we're gonna go through the show. We'll go through it. These are just initial thoughts. I didn't like how they're leaning so hard into the strong woman that Kiyoshi was talking down to Aang.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like really giving this little boy shit for
Not being present.
not being present. I was going to say running away, but he wasn't running away necessarily. Now I could be getting the show and the live action mixed up because the reasons were different as to why he left. But she's really giving this kid shit as opposed to being giving him counsel, giving him wisdom, like helping him through it. She was like, hey, you wasn't there, bro. You need to, nut up or shut up. This is the power that you could have if you was about your business. And she was like, instead of trying to help you, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. And you see her take out the Fire Nation soldiers. And she was like, now, if you really was about it, then you'll do that, and disappears. There was no like really.
She didn't even give him a chance to like make that decision on his own. He wasn't like, I don't know, I don't want to do it. And then she took over. Like she just was like, here, let me show you. Like,
yeah, she just took over. So that was my issue with the show. It was like I'm fine with the strong women. Damn, we are. I guess I am getting ahead of myself, but Sokka looked like such a bitch in that scene with him and Suki, where she's like, usually you see the man kind of hovering over the woman and teaching them and
how to play pool. Like, let me show you how to play pool.
Exactly. and they're like gazing into the man's eyes, like, ooh, I love how he's touching me so, so confidently yet tender. And he took the role of the woman.
100%. He like looked over his shoulder at her.
Yes. That was like, yes, look how they massacred my boy, man.
Oh gosh.
It was terrible.
At least they didn't put him in a dress like they did in the show.
Why the fuck not? Like, just go ahead, just lean into it. Hell, have her. It could have been funny as shit. Kiyoshi would have been blowing some wind, and somehow Sokka's dress gets blown up, and he's like, "Oh, like, come on, bro, add some fucking humor to this stale ass show or something." Yes. Okay, I forgot to address the people that are actually here. We've given our thoughts on how we kind of felt about it. Visually, there was some cool shit going on. Story-wise, I wasn't feeling it, and I think it's due to seeing the original and what it could have been. But again, I don't like to just shit on the show completely because visually it is pleasing. I'm like, man, if y'all would have done this and got the story part right, this could have been a hit.
Yeah. Well, we know the story, so we know what mistakes they're making and what that will cause down the line. So that's part of it.
Also, since you said the mistakes they're making, and the episode 1 review, I had said, are they going to add animals and kind of expand upon the world building, making this world feel real. So an animated series, Zuko and his band, his people, they had the what are they called? Komodo rhinos, the rhino lizards.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
had those. And in this show, they didn't. They just came on foot, like off the boat.
Yeah. He
So I
was
was
like,
like,
ready those rhinos. We're coming.
so there was a time to get some animals in there having a real impact, and no, just foot soldiers.
We got to see Momo. We met Momo.
In this episode,
Mm.
was he stealing food, or am I confusing with the anime?
They found him in the bag of bread or whatever that also had the scroll.
Okay, because I know I just watched the animated one, and he was like, every time they're like, "Hey, you should try this, eat this," and Momo would just fly by and just snatch the food out of their hands and eat
Yeah,
it. Oh
they
man,
had that. They
animals.
had that in the show too. But
Okay.
I think once maybe. But
All right, let me hurry up and address these humans in the chat.
okay. Hi humans.
Copa. No, my bad. Zax, let's fucking go. That was a while ago. That was at 9:06. Goddamn, it's 9:44. I'm sorry, Zax. Sorry, Daddy Zax. I'll do better. Copa, I swear to God, this show is late because bro, it wasn't just French fries. It was kind of French fries. It was tears and fries.
It started with fries.
Jacob Ironside, what's up, man? How you doing? Jana's here. Roman, howdy, friends. Roman, you need to watch Avatar, man. Especially if you got some young ones running around. I know Pops has the grandkids. He calls them the grands. This is a show that a lot of us approve of. It's been vetted. They need this in their lives. So yeah, watch some Avatar.
100%.
Dildo, sup baguettes? It was getting so gay. Yeah. Left Eye. You know what? Left Eye could be on the fucking show. He can be Zuko. Burned Eye. Ego. Come on, man. To holler at us, bro. We got to get the Avatar panel. We need to get the gang together. So
Team Avatar.
Team Avatar. Let's go, man. You could be on let's do this. Lift my spirit blocked it. I hope your spirit has been lifted. We've been talking about just real fan shit so far, man. Sorry for ignoring y'all. But at the same time, fuck y'all. Yo, AJ in chat. What up, Sean? Naggard, no? AJ, if you start crying or flying to Texas and slapping the shit out, bro, fly to Texas just to hang out, just to chill anyway. And I'm not gonna cry, but I'll give you a reason to slap me. But hey, I get my lick back. I'm just gonna let you know. I don't hear kids say that. I was teaching early part of last year. I never heard a kid say, "Hey, I need my lick back." At the same time, they weren't really hitting each other though. This was not a hood school either.
Prerequisite is, I would think.
Yeah.
To say that.
It was some different type of kids though. I didn't even watch this crap. You don't have to. We're watching it, so y'all don't have to. Jana didn't want to watch it, but I wouldn't let up. Thank you so much. AJ, we just ended our live, and I meant to send you all our viewers, but I forgot. Bro, it's all good. And I was watching Sasha's stream. I will be catching 199 though.
Try to catch up with her right now. No, I'm not.
Oh, I have y'all on, Sassy. I still support. It's pretty gay when you censor a cartoon that was for kids to make it safe for adults. Bro, I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, that's gay as fuck.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense at all.
That's wild, man. That's exactly what happened. Zax, have you watched it? Like in depth? Where the Avatar fans at? Copa, I'm ignoring that dumbass comment. There is no Avatar besides The Last Airbender. Placid, hit the like button. It's Black History Month somewhere. Yeah, leap year. So maybe some people are still behind. I don't know how the cosmos work.
I don't think so.
Did y'all like the random ass dude who told Zuko about the flying cow? Zhao saw.
He just walked by. I'm just here for exposition. Bye.
Look, we're gonna have to go back through it again. I vaguely remember that, but yeah, shit just needs to happen to advance the story.
What are you implying?
Black Dog. AJ was soaking in 20. Look, y'all, I'm not the smartest person around, okay? There's 28 days in February,
right? Sometimes.
Sometime, okay. And this
Most of the time.
29th.
There's always, I guess, there's always 28 days.
Okay, so this 29th thing happened. I was like, was this a BLM move? Or, like, how do we make this happen? Is it because of the leap year or some shit? Anyway, that just threw me the fuck off. Seeing that.
Yes, it was the leap year.
Okay, no, I was not soaking it in. I was like, damn, bro, they making these people change the calendar. Uh-oh, Jana. Two of my favorite black streamers collabing. Let's go. How you feel about that? You honorary black?
I'm not saying the N-word.
Oh,
I'm not doing it.
Y'all know I don't hate anybody that says it. But you don't have to. I'm sure Copa will say it enough for the both of y'all.
He's got it covered.
I know everybody says it, but I'm just like, man, if only we could hear how loose and how organically people say it. That would be
I want to
funny.
hear Sassy say it. We should get her to say it. She's drunk right now. Let's do it.
I want to hear everybody say it. We just need to have N-word day.
It's the 29th of February.
It should have been the 29th. You're right. It happens every so often, like Souls in his comment. This is when everybody there's most powerful.
Yes,
we
exactly.
get to say
the power, the power of the N-word.
Damn, we missed the opportunity, man.
Now we gotta wait
until another leap year. When is that?
What is it? I don't know. Every 7 years? I don't know how often it is.
7? I thought it was 4. I don't know. But I don't know. Don't listen to me. Okay. Lord of the Bling. This show was worse than the movie. Bro, that is funny as shit. The 29th of February is N-word day. That needs to be a thing.
It's 4 years, you're right.
I thought I reviewed. Oh my goodness, stop it. All right, I'm trying to go through Nosferatu. He's here. I did it all for the Suki. I would have done it for the Suki too. She was feeling okay. Sokka. I was surprised that they did that they actually had her choosing up on him, flirting in a way, like infatuated with him.
Yeah.
He wasn't shit to look at.
There. Yeah.
She did, which is probably that whole masculine angle they're going for. But I was still surprised that they even like really highlighted that. They paid a, emphasized that relationship. Blossoming, budding. Yeah. So I was like, all right, whatever. Do you hear this dog chewing on the bone? My dog.
Yeah.
Okay, let me close my door.
You're good. He's not annoying or anything.
Okay.
You're good.
Nas says you got to take shots and start crying on stream. Because woman.
Oh. Nas, you got to pay. You got to do super chat though.
Pay. I'm drinking a mixed drink, so I don't think that counts as a shot.
$25 super chat.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And I will take a shot.
No blue people watch streams. None of that shit's happen. Love It Ever After. Beautiful banana. That's you.
Something there. Yeah. Fun story. She's from the same city as I'm from. Like she went to a school that was our rival.
Nice.
Our rival.
Little friendships and relationships happen and we didn't even know it. And they come back later on. Komodo rhinos are dick pills you get at the gas station. Is that what I said? I know what you're talking about, though. Those rhino ones. Look, man, I'm not taking them until I need to.
Zuko took it, so.
Zuko's not taking them. He don't care about vagina. He cares about the avatar. That's on the booty he want.
Not yet, anyway.
How many kids are you hanging around with, Blofty? Dude, no kids. None. Kids are better than grown folks, though. Kids soak up information, man. Kids have been better with animals than adults, man. Adults are stuck in their ways. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into all that. Let me groom the children to like animals. That's all. Yes, Kaylin, stop being so loose with the tongue, bro. They gonna be on to you. Have I watched Avatar? No, I'm straight. Okay, all right. There's a point. What's up, Cajun? The Raging Cajun.
Hey, Corey.
I want them to animate The Promise. What's The Promise? That he talking about the comic book. There you go. Apparently, what is it supposed to be, a movie that they're going to an animated movie? Did I see something about them continuing, because the comics continue from where the show left off? And Ego has read more of those than I have, so I would definitely love to have him on the stream. But anyway.
Are you talking about The Promise?
Yeah, the book.
Oh,
I love it. You haven't seen it? It doesn't matter. Thank you for being here. Nah, Kiyoshi didn't appear like this, man. The shit's whack, but we know what they're doing.
And apparently everyone can fly, so I mean, we'll see it, I guess. But
who flew this time? Kiyoshi
and Aang. He flew up to the tree when they saw Momo.
Blofty and I have matching promise rings. Nas is the straightest gay dude I know, man. We're gonna share that Paopu fruit one day. Dude, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and man, I hate Riku. I love Riku, but I hate him. What's up, Mike? All right, those are the comments. Those are the people. Let's go through the stream now. Yeah, they are doing a movie continuing Airbender. So they're doing a movie continuing that. I think that's animated. And then there's a Zuko movie, a Kyoshi movie, and I believe it was a Korra movie. A lot of movies.
Not heard any of this.
We need more series.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's what I want to see. That picture of them in the... Look, I like Korra because she's a muscly brown skin honey. I want to see that. Hopefully they don't uglify her.
I like her too, but like, are we gonna remake the story, or are we like continuing? That's what I'm concerned about. If we're just remaking it, it doesn't go well every single time so far.
Remake, of course, it'll be shit. Continuation, they get to highlight the gay relationship. Yeah. So
yeah, that's probably where they're gonna go.
Are these live actions you're talking about? I can't say for sure, Mike.
The movies? Oh,
yeah.
I hope they're not.
They shouldn't be.
I hope they're not. I don't think this should be a live action. It's not working. Twice now, it's not worked. So
yeah, I don't believe in live action.
I think it exists. I think you should believe that it exists.
Riku is not even a pale, soft, whack version of Sephiroth, man. Riku is his own little. Because now, so I'm sitting here playing the game, and real quick, not to get off too sidetracked, but Sora is clearly in this dude's face saying, "Hey, man, I've been looking for y'all. These cartoon fucks have been helping me. Look for y'all. I care about y'all." And he was talking to Donald and Goofy like, "Hey, can my friends come?" And Riku just like, "Nah, just fuck all that." Like, Anyway, man. Anyway, yeah, Riku sucked. Then he gets his appearance, his body taken over or taken. It's sad, man. Kingdom Hearts needs to be rebooted. Oh, okay, I'm so over live action remakes. I think something is animated. I think something's animated, something's live action, but damn, nah, stop it, bro. Shut up about the Kingdom Hearts. I hate Roxas as well. Organization 13 is cool. I remember when the shit first happened, then I was like, ooh, let me put an X in my name and rearrange the letters and see who I would be and all that type of stuff. The idea of it is cool. The execution ain't there. All right. To this show. Skipping through in partnership with Nickelodeon. Zuko grunts, objects clanging,
I will
shattering.
say they got his ship correct. I like his ship.
Yeah, the ship is beautiful.
Yeah.
I meant to say that on the last stream on the first episode, like seeing that gigantic structure on that boat and the rusted metal, and it looked like a warship.
Like sharp
Yeah,
edges on
sharp.
it. Yep.
Yeah, the ship's beautiful. Again, visually, I think the show does it. It's just a story.
Zuko grunts. They got Zuko's grunts wrong.
Still grunting. We probably just misplaced it. Iroh still has no
Nothing.
levity, no.
It's a
He's
waste.
not a jokester. Yeah, he's. Whew.
All of the playfulness and the jokes and the clearing of the throats and things like that is just missing. It's all.
And there's little small stuff that doesn't even have to be over the top.
Yeah.
Just little small gestures that he does. And he actually fucking smiles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any of that. Like the Aang kid, yeah, he's smiling. At the same time, he's a child, though. They probably are going to smile more than an adult. But then again, I don't think these adults, probably not the kids either, but I truly don't think they watched Avatar. So they really don't know what they're supposed to be. They're just going off of what they're being told. So that sucks.
That's hard for me to believe.
Okay.
But that was evident in the movie. Like no one watched the show when they did the movie.
So speaking of the movie, and Copa told me I'd be disappointed when Princess Yue makes an appearance. Yeah, going back and looking at her in Shamalama Ding Dongs, she was fine. Okay. Nobody started looking at her age and figuring all that out and saying I'm talking about some kid looks attractive. But she was. She looks like the mirrored version of her animated character that she was based off of. This new character I'm seeing, again, all these round faces, these chunky girls and terrible wig pieces, like I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm sick of this grandpa. What she say in Holes? I need that clip because I'm tired of all this shit. I'm tired of entertainment altogether right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the throat clearing were the best parts for sure. Is that little added piece to the show that you're missing here. And he's chewing up pains. He's like overacting. It is insane.
He is. And this to me is when they take their role more seriously than what they should. He's trying to do that. So he's trying to be the super serious character. And in the beginning, Zuko was serious. For the most part, Zuko is a serious character. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe it's the dialogue that has something to do with it too, where it's not really landing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out too. There's something off about it. I don't know if it's the like backtrack. It's very quiet behind. Like there's no music or sound effects or anything. It's just talking.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's it or I just can't. It's all flat. Like there's no chemistry amongst anybody. Love it. Yeah, the costuming is, they did a good job with that. I will agree. Yeah.
Wasted visuals. Kyoshi Island is only a few hours from here. Avatar Kyoshi was the fiercest of warriors. So as far as the timeline, I watched the animated series. This did happen right after they came from the air nomads temples, the air temples. So they didn't jump the gun to get to the strong women. So sure, props for that, I guess. Not really though, but yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Look at him. Look how ugly his face is.
It's his underbite. It's his jaw. Otherwise, he'd be perfect, I think. I think he'd be perfectly casted if it wasn't his jaw.
Oh, man, Sokka is hot.
His acting is horrible, but...
At least with Owen Wilson, he has that weird broken fucking nose.
Yeah.
But his acting is on point. So you're like, I'll take him with the broken nose because he's going to do whatever role he's going to do it. This dude, man, it's like you're nothing to look at and you're not, I don't believe you're a character. So what's happening here? Why are you here?
He looks like a little bulldog. Looks like the Georgia Bulldog.
A boxer. I'll give him a boxer.
Boxer, okay. Yeah, he's not chubby enough for the...
Yeah.
Stout enough.
I do this protect.
And they have no chemistry. Like they're supposed to be brother and sister, supposedly, and nothing.
No sibling rivalry, like banter. Not really. It's not believable. They're just saying what they're supposed to say.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this stale ass face. Where's the annoyance?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. We need some better use of eyebrows or something.
People tell me I'm expressive with my eyebrows. Like, even when I'm not trying to show an emotion, my face will fucking show an emotion. I'm like, oh, damn, you saw that? People can be expressive. People are naturally expressive. Come on, man. They had like some bikini shots of her, though, to come out. I don't know.
Is she old enough to look at her in a bikini?
No, look, I don't know. Okay. I know Hollywood is weird and everything. I didn't go look for the pictures. They came to me on the internet. I was just scrolling and then bam, there you go. So I'm not going to comment too much. But like there is some appeal there. Bring it out on screen for this role, lady. Look at that underbite. Damn, he ugly. Suki, what did you see in him?
He was just new. She was used to the same island people, and he was new.
Yep. Before I met him, all right, now this was funny because that was as I was watching this, and I had said on the last stream, I said these strong women like nowadays in media, they're only as strong as like they need to be, or as strong as the most powerful dude, or they're only better than the most powerful dude that's present. And then she says, before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. Look where we are now. So because he came with his elevated power levels, the show just had to push her a little higher than that. Yeah. In that moment, probably not, completely, but in that moment, we need to show, oh, she has the potential to be more powerful or on his level, but we got to get her to where she's that consistently. So when she said that, it was like, oh, that's funny. What were you saying?
Yeah, well, in the first episode, I don't know if I can't remember if you guys talked about this part of it, but when the Zuko like sent that fireball after them, after they saved Aang on the, and she in the show, he used his avatar state to fix that situation, right? So, but in this, she's the one who saved everybody with her random bending that she decided she was knowing how to do in the moment.
Right. No real form. Is just, I'm going to make this water deflect that shit.
Right. When in the show, she was like, "Holy crap, that was so cool! How did you do that? I want to learn." Like, it wowed her, but instead, she was the one who saved everybody. Why does nobody like?
I've just not been paying attention to the comments, and I know they. You know what? I'm sorry, comments. I will ignore y'all a little bit longer so I can get through it. Y'all see me working with one hand, man. I'm eating French fries over here, and they're delicious too.
Multitasking.
Are all women technically water and blood benders since they have periods? Nas is asking, not me. Look at that. Oh boy. Ugly, man.
It's like he's playing it up. Like it's like he's protruding it on purpose.
This is not my soccer. And then later on in the show when he got the hair down, and you know what? That was rare, okay? But I see the women swoon over Sokka when he has his hair like out of the ponytail. When this dude had his hair, I was just like, he just woke up. There's nothing to swoon over, man.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, so this is when Mama makes an appearance.
Yeah, and the scroll. Yeah, so he flies up to him, some more flying. I get it, but he doesn't have his stuff, right? Like he doesn't have his glider.
Yeah, now I mean he can't jump high. He can push the air to send himself up. So yeah, that's cool. But if he's just like fucking Mary Poppins that shit, then that's a problem.
Right.
Yep. Secret scroll. Yeah, them hair loopies ain't looping enough.
Yeah, there's something off about it.
Grand. Okay, we got some Water Tribe text here. I mean, that's cool. Like, I'm really looking at it because I'm like, man, there's thought in places of the show. But I think this is what happens when you got a million people working on one project. Some people competent, others are not. You throw it all together, it's not balanced.
Not talking to the other hand, yeah.
Yeah. He up there with Momo, chilling. I love it. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there for you. I was asking Kaylin this as somebody who hasn't watched the animated series. Do they think this show did a good job of selling you on the relationship, making you believe the relationship between Aang and Monk Gyatso? I think it does.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't feel any less for him in this show than I do in the animated series. So I'm like, okay, well, at least they are paying attention to that. They're highlighting, they're pointing that out. Like this guy ain't really cared about him. I think the monks, they take you from your actual parents and you live with all these other little air island boys or whatever the fuck. But it's like to him that was a parental figure as well as a friend and whatnot. So
yeah, they did a good job, I think, in the first episode of like establishing that situation.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll give them that, and that's what I mean by I think the show does some things good, other shit just terrible.
Yeah.
But like him burying him out of all those people that died, finding that little, that necklace, that little keepsake, and him burying it. Like, look, that's giving some time to something that they didn't have to. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I didn't hate that part. I would say that this episode is better than the first one, but it's still not.
Yes.
Still not there.
Scenery, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much character the animals will have, Appa and Momo. I hope they
It seems
do.
like they're playing up Momo a little bit. They don't seem to be doing much with Appa yet.
I think that's just because Momo was like the Pikachu, the Grogu thing. Just
He's
that
the smart
small,
really.
cute thing that we can merchandise. And that's why I feel like they're paying more attention to him.
Yeah,
But
I mean that's probably true. The effects still suck.
yep, as far as the animals, he looks
That would be
trash.
better. Yeah,
Everything in the background looks good, but
yeah. Like the motion in the CGI is not. It's not there.
And can you even tell that's a fucking arrow on his head?
It's just a spot.
A spot.
He's spotted on his head.
Also, and I don't think we're going to see it, but the way Momo's wings are, it bothers me. Because in this show they have, like, I think comes from his elbow. He has like a. It's hard to explain. I'm not going to go too far into it. Anyway, his wing is supposed to come from his hand, and instead it comes from an extra like bone. And
I didn't notice that.
so the issue with that is if this thing breaks, his wing is fucked. Whereas coming from his hand, if he breaks a finger, he's fine. Anyway, there's just some anatomy shit going on with it that it's also his the structure of his wings. So coming from his actual hand, it's more stable as opposed to having this extra little piece that could move with the wind. So it won't carry as much wind. It won't hold his weight with the how hard he might have to flap or whatever, as opposed to it coming from his hand. So that was just something that I noticed.
Yeah, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice him at all in that sense.
Like his that bothers
anatomy, his biology.
This I bet you taste like chicken. It's like, okay, I think y'all tried to be funny, I guess.
It felt forced. Like it was like someone told him, hey, your character often says that you want to eat this character. So do it. Say it.
Or any small animal that y'all come around because you're a hunter and we got to survive. So
yeah.
Do you remember hockey from the series?
Oh, like the sport? No.
No, the hawk that he got.
Oh yeah.
So when they were in the Fire Nation, he got a hawk.
That's right. I do remember that.
It was with him for like a couple of episodes, and then Katara sent them off to send a message. Look, I love the animal companions, and I feel like Sokka deserved something. Okay, besides just
a space sword.
Yeah, and Boomerang. Like I think it would have been cool if he had a hawk. So that's something that I would in a remake. That's something that I would want them to like. Yeah. Okay, bring back hockey.
They may still do it. I mean, that was later in the show, so
yeah. I miss hockey though. Chat, are y'all upset with me by not paying attention? I gotta figure out how maybe Jana can have like access to this and she can like control a lot of this shit. Cause
yeah, I don't think. No, thank you.
We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just
ask some important people that might know because I don't know.
Yeah, or I can just send you the website and you can go through the show while I'm pulling up comments. So like you sharing the show, the screen instead of me. That makes sense, right? So you can control that. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
If we don't have our shit together by episode 4, then I wouldn't blame y'all for not coming back. All right, Momo. Yeah, he looks fucking weird. Damn, me asking you, do you remember stuff? Do you remember? Because now I'm looking at a CGI lemur on screen. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. The lemurs from the movie Dinosaur, the Disney movie.
It's been a really long time since I've seen that movie. Like,
It came out and
without telling my age, it's been it's been a long time.
it had the wildest animation. And I'm just now
Is that the one where they
realizing
all jump off the cliff at the end?
it wasn't the end, it was early on. But yes, they had to
Okay.
jump off the cliff because they were trying to survive the meteor shower. But yes, that movie. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to. Just because it's a comparison of CGI from way back when to now.
Yeah.
And these lemurs look good. Oh shit. You talking about the
Lemurs are
meteor
always
shower.
plotting something. I agree. I've seen Madagascar.
Yeah. I was like, what Madagascar are you talking about? Because I watch a lot of fucking documentaries as well. But yes, the movie. The animation was fine. It was all right. It
The first one was
was. It
fun. I liked
was.
it.
No, I like the movies. I'm saying like just the style. It was a stylistic choice. I don't agree with, but whatever. It got the job done. All right, y'all, bear with me because I'm nerding out right now when it comes. It's Disney. It's animated animals. Like this shit is. Whew. All right, let me see if I can pull up the lemurs. So here we go, and they had just got done with their little mating ritual. That's Aladar. So this is that Suri? Was that her name? But
I definitely couldn't answer that question.
okay, yeah, I was just thinking out loud. But like this looked better than
Yeah.
that
And this is
to
from
me.
what? How old is it?
When did Dinosaur come out? It had to be like 90, maybe 98.
Hmm.
I don't want to lie. I'll look it up. Somebody, I'll look it up. When did Dinosaur come out? Now you can tell like this is animated, so this is more flat, but
It's still better.
yeah, these look like lemurs. And I guess the difference, what I was you can see clearly this is skin and this is fur.
Mm-hmm.
And with Momo, I can't tell. Like all of it just looks like fur.
Yeah, he has
So
a furry face.
yeah, when it's supposed to be skin, meat. So it's like these animals, like the shit is it's an extra layer of annoyance when it with this show.
Yeah, he
2000.
has furry face. Yeah. 2000. Wow.
Watch Primal instead of this dinosaur crap. No. Watch Dinosaur, y'all. Definitely put it on for the baby. Okay. And then after she has that, I'm like, oh, dinosaur, he. Then you put on Primal after, and she's like, oh shit, this what was trying to eat Aladar ass. Like, you let her know, okay, this is what dinosaurs really get like, how they get down. But anyway, yeah, look at
Traumatized
the difference in
baby.
the lemurs. The other ones look better. This dude just looks like a furry mess. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Finally. Oh, hey, she was hot. Somehow she just stood out to me. I was like, that's whew, okay.
Well,
Anyway.
she was looking at that meat like she should be looking at something else. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the star of the show right there. That's what I want. Look at Zuko. He looking at it
there's
too. He know what's up.
her.
He's like, girl, after I catch this avatar, I'm coming back for you.
She's 11.
She's not. They built different on Kyoshi Island. Quail pole eggs.
Good for vitality. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so they're there. I mean, he's wide-eyed right there, but still no like sense of humor.
None. No
And so
playfulness whatsoever.
this was also funny because okay, Zuko was like, "You want to ask a Fire Nation commander if they seen the Avatar?" And Iroh was like, "You can like basically speak around it, like say things without saying it." And later on in the show, Zhao was like, "Well, if Zuko would have been more straightforward with what he was asking, then we could have got some results quicker or some shit like that." And I was like, Zuko didn't even say shit. It was Iroh the one that was talking around what he actually wanted. So I don't know if that was a mistake or if he was just, blaming Zuko and not wanting to blame this revered General Iroh in front of him or whatever, not like confronting him to his face, but like, "Hey, you fucked up. You should have told me what you wanted." So he's like, "I'm
Right.
just gonna blame it on the prince instead." One thing you must learn is how to get what you want. Is use your tact, your empathy. So this is an example, and I can't point out any in the animated series where Iroh's advice had proven to be false, but in this instance here, it is proven to be false because of what happens later. They're flying.
Look at that jaw.
Fucking boxer, man. Dude, ugly. Not my
So I missed the Unagi.
Unagi?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. None of that was here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that yeah, we'll get to the end, but yeah, that with the like serpents that he had to swim away from and
The elephant koi. So again, no rhino
yeah.
lizards, Komodo rhinos, no fucking animals, man. Where's the animals?
And that was a big deal. That I mean that kind of a plot point at the end, but
It was.
that's how he
And then
cut out the
Qatar
ties.
being jealous
Yeah. Yep.
of all the attention he was getting from the girls, so they couldn't show him getting the women's looks. Now they
Yep.
were kids, but at the same time, he's a kid, so like none of that was here.
Yeah. And that was the start of like showing us Katara's feelings, right? So it was
Yes,
built up to a point by the time the show ended that made sense instead of it being forced. So they missed an opportunity there.
it also was important because it showed again relatable characters. Aang, Qatar made a point to him to not get caught up in the in being an avatar and all this fame, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, Avatar, like don't get caught up in all that. Don't let it go to your head." And
Yeah.
he did, and he was going to show off. I'm going to ride the Unagi, and all the girls was there watching. But then when the Unagi didn't show up, and they're like, "All right, this shit's boring. We're gone. We're out." But then Katara shows up because she actually cared about him.
Yep.
So he learns these hoes ain't loyal.
Right. Exactly.
But this woman right here,
She
she
doesn't
she
care
she
if
a
I'm
rider.
doing cool stuff or not. She's here. Yeah.
Yeah, damn, Jenna. Okay, okay. Ah.
I know.
So Kiyoshi, I think Zuko, yeah, he went into the altar shrine or whatever. This was funny too, because later on when they're tied up and they took the blindfolds off, he was like, "Where's the men that ambushed us?"
Yeah.
And Suki
Exactly.
was like, "Nah, bro, that was all us."
Right. There's the chubby
What
girl.
is this? She's holding his shoulder. Wrap their asses up.
She's confident.
Let me, that's when she started feeling them. Literally, she feeling them. She like, this man kind of broad under all this fur.
It's a lot of fur.
Yeah, she just holding him when they actually had them like hog tied and taken back to camp.
Yes, Copa.
Another round face. Look at her, man. They got them chubby
Yep.
chicks in there.
She's chubby.
Look, I
Yep.
like a meaty girl, but Yes, Cobra, piece of face. Damn. Like they everywhere. You can't hide from it. Rip Hockey.
Yeah.
Gooch. You watch Avatar? Gooch might be on the Gooch can be our Iroh. How you feel about it? Gooch, you
Oh,
want to
hell
come
yeah.
on? Pan faced. Gooch, talk to us, man. You can review another show.
He's good at reviewing shows. Margarita
Yeah.
features.
Finished the series last night. It's absolutely terrible. 3 out
Mm,
of 10. 3 out of 10. All right. Round
I
face broad. Suki looks good though. I'll
Yeah.
give them that. Again,
Yeah.
she's not
Makeup
astounding
and
me or
costume did
anything.
good. Yeah.
But looking at Azula, May, this round face broad like here, Katara, this ugly dude. I'm like, okay, Suki looks
Yeah.
sharp
So that's you
chin.
make a good point. Is she looking good because she looks good or because everyone else around her doesn't look good?
Yeah, yeah.
Does she look better? Are they all the grenade? I think she looks good.
Okay. Expression on her face. Her eyes are wide, a little stuff like that. It matters.
Yeah.
So the shrine just shone a beam of light on Aang. So they're like, oh, okay, he really is the fucking Avatar. So let's take him back to her mom, who
I don't
is a
remember
new
this
character.
in the show, but
Yeah, this is some made up fucking character. Another girl boss. Because later on, she's standing right there in front of the Kyoshi Warriors, ready to fight. No makeup, no dress,
dude,
but her
she
fans.
tossed that dude like 10 feet. But yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, so another girl boss.
I agree, Gord. She is one of the few highlights of the show, is Suki.
Yeah. And she's like, we can't be making exceptions, we'll let you in and shit can go, it can get wild for all of us. Fuck up our
She's like,
safety.
I don't care that you're the Avatar. You need to leave.
Yeah, even though you're the Avatar, you're a boy Avatar. Now, maybe if you was Korra, we'd be more accepting, but you coming here swinging this this element wielding penis, we ain't having it.
That's it exactly.
I like the Aang character.
It doesn't make sense. They're already there. It doesn't make sense to like send away the Avatar, but
And Kyoshi is already approved of him. Like she's shown up on this dude. It's not like he's still trying to prove himself. So yeah, that was another issue I was having with it. He's like, you were supposed to be upholding everything about Kyoshi. Like, okay, let me know about my past self. I'm here. Let me learn something.
and everyone's aware that he's been gone for over 100 years, and no one is like, "Where you been?" Like, no one's asking the questions of like, "You're a child and you've been gone, so how does this make sense?"
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't really in the show either. So in the other show,
they just say magical avatar power.
Mm-hmm.
That we don't understand. So let's not ask more questions than what we already got. But if he is the avatar, how can we turn our back on him?
Exactly.
Such a fierce warrior. Suki, you're too young to know that there are many in this world who would take advantage of that kind heart. Mama look good.
Yeah. Just a hot
Ew. Ew, man.
It's your boy.
Face.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. Yeah, Jana was like, oh my God, I love Sokka. He's perfect casting. How could you not like him? That was Jana.
Okay.
Exactly.
I did say that. I did say that. But then I saw him more, and it's like the more I see him, the more his jaw is growing. It's getting
Right, it gets
longer.
bigger every time.
It's getting longer. It's like Pinocchio's nose.
And his lips crusty, man. Fuck, dude. Fuck. Look at her. Damn, she fine. I might give me an Asian.
I agree, Gord. He is very unfunny.
And that's the Avatar.
And that's his role, is the like comic relief. And he's not pulling his weight here.
For 48 hours, you got 2 days to learn what you need. And he's like, yeah, I'm the warrior where I'm from. It's like, I would have whooped y'all asses, but you lucky all you did was grab me. You ain't try to throw hands for real, for real. Because I smack abroad. That's what he said. And they like, this dude here, get out of here. And she like, okay, if you're the protector of your people, your village, then why the fuck are you here right now? Like, who's protecting them? And he was like, I don't know.
About that.
Does not compute. He didn't say I left the authority. Yeah. He said I left it up to Jeff, my boy.
Gerald back home, he's got it. We're good.
My second in command.
Because I told him he's got it, so.
We used to smoke Wolf Cove weed, seaweed together.
Oh yeah, this part where she just like told him off and just left.
She should.
Yeah.
He was talking in whack shit. She's like, boy, sit down. She's like, I felt the muscles. You got a little muscles, but you ain't got no brains to save your life.
He doesn't in this show. I like General Zhao in this show though. He's okay. I don't hate him.
But you're supposed to hate him.
No, I mean I hate him, right? But I don't. I think he's actually pulling his weight as a character.
This dude was lame. He's just there. He just says things to advance the plot.
I don't know. He had better acting than anyone in this frame for sure.
Okay, but like you said with Suki, is it because everyone else is terrible that he stands out, or is he really doing a great job? I feel like everybody else is just terrible.
That's true. Everyone is terrible.
Because Zhao, like,
Iroh's look there.
He's like an old man. Zhao, do you really mean the words that are coming out of your mouth? Or are you just sucking the prince's dick, afraid of backlash from our Lord Ozai? Yeah, Zhao, this dude, he doesn't do it for me. Like, you're supposed to hate Zhao. Like, he disrespects.
Yeah, I kind of am just like rooting for him a little bit.
General Iroh, no need to apologize. So yeah, I think it's more of he just don't want to put any blame on Iroh, and he wants to put it on the prince. But that's not the same as Zhao, who in the series would tell the prince to his face, like, fuck you, little N-word. This Zhao was just like, I'm going to talk around it. I'm not going to be outwardly disrespectful because somebody's going to put me in my place.
Right.
VIP visitors, that was weird. I was like, is that like an American like saying? Like, I don't know, but he said that it just kind of took me out of the show for a minute.
Yeah, that was weird for me too.
The famed Dragon of the West. See, he's stroking Iroh cop real hard. So
yeah, he knows who's pulling the strings, though. Yeah. He knows who's the real controller there.
So this is what I meant, where as you know, the Zuko is not saying anything this whole time.
Right.
It's Iroh, the one who's saying we're in search of maps and surveillance reports to track schools of jumping shark squids. And Zuko just letting Iroh just do his thing. But then later on, Zhao blames Zuko for not being straightforward. But yeah, like I said, Zuko didn't say shit. It was all Iroh that was saying it. So why didn't you tell Iroh you're not being straightforward with what you wanted? That was the little bit of happy Iroh we get. He chuckles. Shark squids. They're migrating.
You do that pretty good.
I'm laughing because it's so damn lame, man. Y'all did not try.
No, there's definitely no attempt. Yes,
there he go. What Gord say? My bad, man. I'm sorry, chat.
His act.
Zuko's actor is so bad. He overly enunciates every time he gets emotional, which is most of the time. Does he ever say anything about destiny or honor? I think he says destiny, but he doesn't say like he got to get back his honor. Like,
I think he does, doesn't he? Especially in the first one. Not in this one, I don't think.
Oh, dildo out. All right, Yakubian experiments. Gotta go torture Biz, son. Peace out, dildo. Asian Blofty. This was earlier on. Okay. All right, that boy wet. Look at that boy. You know what this looks like? He looks like some version of Michael Jackson.
Okay.
As in White Mike with the skinny nose.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Michael Jackson himself.
I could see it.
If it's Eminem when he was playing Michael Jackson in, what was it, Just Lose It, in that video, or is it the black dude who was playing Michael Jackson in that documentary and his face was white as fuck? But I'm like, that's what
I can see it.
He looks
especially
like
this frame. Yeah.
Yes, this frame. That's what he looks like to me. And
the whole like putting a bell on her bit didn't land for me either. Like I feel like that was supposed to be some sort of comic relief, some Suka-ism.
It was, and I didn't even remember it until you just said it. But it could have been funny.
Yeah.
If done right. But no. And I'm just looking at this big ass bottom lip. And this tiny little top lip.
Well, the underbite doesn't help.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Jenna?
She comes in and tells him there's like, I don't know, dinner's ready or whatever. And she stands there for like an awkward amount of time. Like I was looking awkward. It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, like she's really checking this dude out. She's really taking on the man role. Like dudes will get lost in, looking at a beautiful woman, especially undressing or with barely anything on. It's like, oh shit, what was I here for again? But yeah, she's taking on the masculine role throughout this whole show.
He's peeping his apple. I wanted him to say like, why are you still here? Like what? What else do you have to say?
He trying to cover up. Yeah, they made him a real female.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sokka would have been like trying to flex, trying to show off.
Yep.
Yeah, I could have used these guns on you. Well, he wouldn't say gun. They don't have guns, but like something like, I could have used these. You look, I didn't bring out these.
Yeah, you caught me off guard. That's all. Yeah.
What do you say? Slap a pal.
covering up his nipples and
Don't look at me.
look away. I mean, it's not good.
Should go push pull. Got a little wave going. This is beautiful, but this isn't CGI. This is real life.
It's a real
As
ball of
in,
water in the air.
I mean the scenery.
Oh.
Like the fours. I miss this. This reminds me of home. Tennessee.
Where did they film this?
I don't know. Well, it's more than you could do before, right? Man, what
This
all the
scene was okay. I didn't hate this scene, even though in the show they're both bending and he's like much better at it than her. I didn't hate this. This kind of played into his reluctancy to be the hero and her trying to push him and the playfulness. Like all of it was fine. This scene was good.
Yeah. And as a kid, him encouraging her to be better. It's like, well, you couldn't do this before. You get better, girl. Like, hey, nice. Like, good for you. Like that childlike nature, that innocence. That's something that I'm not really seeing from the show. And I think this is the one where they show him do the air scooter technique and he like lose control and goes into the stone structure or whatever.
Yeah.
I just need more of that.
Yeah.
I can't say it's not there because I haven't seen episode 3 through 8, but it's like Avatar is just full of that shit. Again, it does a good job of balancing all these different tones in an episode, like throughout the whole series. And this show is not really doing a good job of that.
No. Nope.
Yeah, like in the original show, he had like some beads and he's like doing the little trick and making them spin around with the wind. That was just like, kids like, ooh, look what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. Just showing off and like making the girls giggle, and they had a little bit of that in this, but
yeah, none of him showing off.
Yeah. He's like, I'm good, bye. But even when she got him to turn around and like come hang out, they were playing in the water and not bending. Neither of them.
Right. I hated that. Damn, are they gonna show it? So she threw some water at him, she bended at him, and damn, they don't show it like in this still. But he's like, they're just flicking water, like, bro, what the fuck? Like, bend that shit at her ass. Or when he's wet, he will like air bend the water away to dry himself off. So like little small things like that where it shows their mastery or their skill level, there's none of that. So yeah, like you said, they just go and just splash each other with fucking water. Like
with their hand, like a normal non-bending person. Yes.
Like it'd be funny if she like brought some water up and like whipped them with some water. I feel like, ooh, spicy. But that's showing a level of skill for her to be able to do that. And yeah, the animated series does an amazing job of showing like little small things like that to show that, hey, they're practicing. They used to not be able, well, not Aang, he was always great, but Katara used to not be able to do little small shit like this. But now things like that is effortless.
Yeah. They show her progression. I mean, they show his too, even though he's catching on much quicker. They show his progression too in every discipline that he has to master. And for her, like so far, it seems like they're just going to be like, and Katara is a master now. Congrats! Like,
okay. This reminds me of a scene. I'm going to look for it. But speaking of the unagi, do you remember when he was running on the water from the unagi?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking it up. I want to see it now.
Okay.
I want to show the people that.
That was that the first time, like in the very beginning of the episode before he's showing off, or was that? I think it was.
I think it's the beginning because I'm looking at it. I see the elephant koi, and they were in the beginning when he was riding those. So, and for anybody who's watching that doesn't know what we're talking about as far as like the creatures, but like little instances of, even though the scene could be very dramatic, could not end well for our heroes, could be life or death, there's still some type of humor in it.
Yeah, there's a playfulness side of it, so that it kind of dumbs it down. So it's, I mean, yeah, it's a serious situation, but it's like, we're kids watching it and not crying because we're scared Aang is about to die.
Yes. So look at, like, watch this, people. I don't think I brought it up. So this is the unagi that Jenna was talking about that we don't see in this show. So he was riding the elephant koi, the big ass goldfish, and he's showing off like, yeah, I'm having fun. But slowly the elephant koi just start getting like picked off in the water, and he's not paying attention. And Katara and Sokka, they're seeing it, and there's like, holy fuck, like there's something after him eating those fish, and is now about to eat the fish that he's on. And even Momo, like
Yeah.
Momo's like, what the fuck, like, get out of there, bro. And he's like, huh, what y'all talking about?
What's going on over there? Yeah.
And he's like, oh, they're just waving at me. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm doing it. And then his elephant koi gets snatched. He gets thrown off. He's in the water. Oh shit. And here's the unagi. And this is it. Watch he starts running, man. This shit is hilarious. Like, just that. This is the type of emotion that I need to see from these characters, man.
Yes, cartoonish emotion. Yes, I agree.
And he's about to
That's
start.
probably where they should have done, like, what the direction should have been is like act as if you are the cartoon. I don't know. That might create a little
No,
overacting, but
be expressive as fuck. Have
yeah.
fun with it. And that's what I mean. I think everybody's taking a role too serious.
Yeah.
I need to say these lines. This is serious. He's the avatar. There's a war going on. He's the defender, last defender. So I think everybody's like serious about it. But Aang doesn't feel the weight of it until like later on in the series. In the beginning, he is very childlike. They are just kind of going on an adventure, exploring the world, just seeing what's out there. Gore King. Aang doesn't have time for fun and emotions. He's too busy expositing all of his emotions. Yeah, life sucks. Monk Yato's not here, but Katara's learning water bending.
Gord King could be our Aang.
Gore King, you want to be Aang? Let's make it happen. Watch this. The cartoon run. Like, that shit is missing. And he dives into Sokka. So something as simple as that quick moment.
But that set up his idea, like, it's the more I think about it, the more frustrating it's getting, actually, because that set up his idea later in the show to use it against, or to use it in his favor, to put out all the fires in the city before he leaves, which is showing his kind of growth on being able to think outside the box. And like, I am not powerful enough to do anything about this right now, but I can help in this way.
As opposed to Kyoshi just girl bossing the shit.
Right.
So it shows that his ingenuity, and I think as an airbender, being able to kind of go with the flow, think on their feet. But bringing the land into the story, the world, the inhabitants of the world into the story, which the avatar is supposed to be the bridge between the spiritual and the real world, but you see the animals, and this is why I'm kind of thinking like, okay, does Appa or Momo play more significant roles than what we're seeing them? These creatures in the world are so significant. You have the badger moles, like these creatures are revered, the sky bison, as the first benders, so they are kind of held higher above a lot of others. But again, there's this like the animals of the Avatar universe are, they are their own characters, they are important. The koi, who were the what was it, the moon spirits, like becoming tangible. And then you have Zhao, when I don't know if they're going to show that in this series, but when Zhao, I think he kills the koi and then the world turns, what was it, like red or gray or some shit. But it, he had fucked up the fucking like the balance of the world by killing them. So I mean, like, do the animals really play a role in this show as they should?
So far, no.
Nag, I seriously turned this show off and watched the cartoon instead. Look, man, I understand. And it's hard not to compare. Like I'm telling Jana, like, look, we cannot make direct comparisons.
It's hard.
We would never
It's
say
hard.
anything positive about this live action bullshit. But yeah, it's hard because, like, man, the missed opportunities. And it's crazy because the work has been fucking done for you. How do you go out of your way to say, yeah, all of that great shit, we're just not going to put that in here?
That's what I said about the movie. I'm like, your fan base is already there. Your story's already there. You can't fuck it up. But they did.
It's like everything good about this. Yeah, that's not. No, has no place here. Oh man. All right, so no unagi. There's food. Okay, there's food.
There's food. And there's Momo. And he's talking with his mouth full, and that was driving me insane. I don't know why. I just, yeah. I'm like, you can't deliver your lines without food in your mouth. Can we not try that?
I feel that.
Oh, and this is where he's showing off his airbending skills to the neighborhood little girls.
You saying where he should be?
That's where he like showed a little. He showcased a little bit of his skills for her right there.
Okay.
And then he got on his air scooter.
And this is important, the air scooter, because in the beginning, this was in the first episode where he showed this to the other airbending kids. And it was like, wow, who taught you that? He was like, I just kind of made it up myself. So it shows how he is creative with his bending. There's an idea of what you see or what we give you in the Avatar universe is not all that there has to be or all there will be. People are still developing and learning new skills with bending. Even Iroh, like teaching Zuko about the lightning, like telling him, okay, I took this technique from studying water benders and now I'm able to do this. So it's like you still growing with the world itself, and new things are being discovered and taught. Whereas in this, with the air scooter, he just does it.
He just does it. Like, yeah. It's just nostalgia bait for us, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
And yes, member berries. Exactly, Gord. Exactly.
That's exactly what it was, because they did this kind of exactly where he like runs into the little shrine, but that should have been in the first episode. I think this was in the first episode, or was it just in the intro or whatever? But anyway, how we were saying, like, the playfulness of Aang is not really highlighted. And he was supposed to be doing it in the first episode where he wanted to go penguin sledding with the kids. And now they have him just showing off for some randos in this random ass crowd right here. But yeah, this is something that he created himself. The other Air Nomad kids, they started doing it, but then they was like, bro, you only doing that shit because you the avatar. So when everybody else was kind of like reluctant to hang out with him, play with him, do anything with him, because they felt like you're naturally gifted. You don't have to work for this. It's an advantage.
Jealousy. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that you do. So there's no point in playing with you. You're gonna win everything. But
it's a lonely world being the avatar. Her dad must be pretty tall.
You said dad?
Her dad must be tall. No, she's like a foot taller than her mom.
She is tall. I want some Suki now. I get the appeal now. I'll take the mom though.
It's better than, I guess, one of the little girls.
For sure. Katara's growing on me though. Maybe because I saw those pictures though. That's the only reason.
No.
I would have never imagined. Okay.
I do appreciate that Sokka is eating a lot in this episode. That is correct.
I hate his face, but sure.
Yes.
So in this moment, Suki is. Oh, this is something else that I didn't expect them to do. It seems like the mom actually approves of Suki wanting Sokka. And I thought she was going to go the whole, no, you're forbidden to take a man to have a relationship. Like, I thought they were going to go that route. And she just like, oh, okay, my daughter like him. I guess my daughter is, it's not the, what we see from current Disney, where the mom is like, this daughter is just retarded. She don't know anything. And she can't have shit else besides what I give her. It's this mom is like, I'm trusting or listening to my daughter. There's more to her than, she's not the little kid that I think of her as. She's becoming a woman, and I'm doing my best to respect her as such and to actually take into consideration what her wants, her desires, her information. So yeah, I like that.
It didn't totally make sense though, because the last time we saw her talking, she was telling everyone that outsiders are forbidden and we need them to leave, and you've got 48 hours to get your shit and leave.
That's what she said. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Now I can say it freely. Right? Yeah, I'm all over Suki now. So it is a contrast, but I would say that's just because, like, Sokka right now is saying Aang has a way with people. So I think maybe it's just the energy that Team Avatar is giving off to everybody that they likes them. I think Mom is just soaking some of that up. And she's not so stuck in her ways to where she's not willing to change. Like, she's being rigid because she's a leader, apparently, because we saw her at the table and there was like two dudes on the side of her, but she was in the middle. So I think she's playing that role because she has to as the leader, but she's kind of backing off. And I would say that is what you want in a leader, somebody that, is not so hard in their stance to where they're just opposed to anybody that's not one of them or think the way that they does, and that they are willing to take in new information and evolve. No, man, she, you know what? If anything, I'm weary of 25-year-olds. So I still think that's too young at the same time. But
thank God you said young.
Yeah, that's still too young.
Mike, I don't think she existed in the cartoon, Mike. I think she's an added character.
Yeah, she's an added character. I don't have it yet. I gotta have money to have it. and I don't have that yet to be choosing up on these young gals. Okay. But yeah, man, I like the mom, and that's a lot because she didn't go the route that I thought they were going to go with her. The leader of Kyoshi Island was a male in the cartoon. Yeah, he was. That's something we haven't like really talked about, but there's that.
Yeah.
Girl boss.
Replacing, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yo, we know what we getting ourselves into, man. It's at least the mom's attractive. And she's not a lesbian. Ah, there's no dad though. That's how they get around it. Okay, we don't have to make her a lesbian, but we don't have to make a man. We'll make sure not to make a male figure present and leading. Cora did that too. Do you remember when they went to the one of Toph's daughters and the daughter, I forgot her name. Was it Sue Lynn? I can't say she
The
was the
one on
leader.
the with the like sons that were the son was like an artist or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The husband was the like architect, but she was the one that dealt with the politics and like really
Yeah, he,
developed the culture.
yeah.
So it's like that's what I'm saying. This is like a product of the times. This is modern day where the woman is taking on more of that role. And if she has a man, his role is only to help her in her leadership position. He's there, but he's only there to make her greater.
Exactly. He's a tool for her. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Gord, I told you got the invite, bro. We need
I agree, Gord.
we're developing team gang. So as long as Jana approves, then you good for it. I think we cool.
I approve.
We follow each other on Twitter or whatever. So tell me you want to come on, bro, and you got it. Okay. But that doesn't mean he's not dangerous. So she's still, like, okay, I still got to have my guard up as the leader. I got to look out for the peoples. So I likes that, I do. Sooner he and his friends are off our island.
I will say also this town that wherever they filmed it or if they built it, I don't know if it's a set or what, but it looks like the city in the show or in the cartoon.
You're saying in the cartoon it looks like
the setting, the location looks the same.
Okay.
Like the buildings and the like layout of the city seems correct.
Yeah, it looks like an island, a little secluded village of people have their way, their culture. It's beautiful. Visually, this show is, which is crazy. What Gord gave it a 3 out of 10. He said send the link, so I mean he'll be able to speak for himself. But I'm like, man, I don't think it's quite a 3 out of 10. But I'm also, we're only on episode 2 out of 8, so I can't say for sure. But I'm like, man, there's a lot of good stuff to where I think so far out of 10, I would say the show is at least I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5. It's
okay.
It's middle of the road. It's subpar. It's mediocre. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's not total shit. It's shit because we have something to compare it to. But without having an animated series, I'm like, I don't know. I think this show would be kind of up there.
I'm actually going to say that the cartoon has made this show better because we're able to kind of incorporate our feelings and emotions around these characters and implement them in place. And even though they're not happening, like I think if this existed by itself, we would just look at it as a spiritless
thing
piece. Like it's not, yeah, like there's no chemistry between anybody. I actually do think the cartoon has made this show better.
Okay.
Or if someone has watched the cartoon, I guess that would be the trick. But
I'll give you that. It's not total shit though, like I expected it to be. I will say that it's better than what I expected, but I think my expectations are so low for things that I'm like, oh, okay, well, this didn't fuck up as terribly as I thought it would, as I assumed it would. But I'm also not really trying to justify or say that it is good when it's not. It still sucks, but I'm like, damn. Like we were talking about the scroll and how they had their own little language. It's like, okay, I am paying attention to little things that y'all are doing, and that with something else, if we elevated the rest of the ingredients as opposed to using a bunch of like processed shit in the mix, then this could be an amazing dish altogether. It's generally worse than I expected. Visually, this show suck a dick while it's in the avatar state. Copa, you sending me mixed signals here. I would think some good avatar state head would be like, that's peak right there. So, what are you trying to say? Jen, are you muted or is it me? It's not me. My headphones just made a noise. Love it's going to bed. Good night, love it. Thank you for being here, hanging out with us. Jenna, what's going on? Why can't we hear you? It says can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Gord, what's up?
Hey, how y'all doing? Thank you for the invite.
We chilling, man. Talking Avatar.
Yeah, I'm technically supposed to be asleep at times like this because I go to work at 4:30 in the morning, but I'm terrible at sleeping, so I was like, I'm gonna come to the Avatar stream.
You're an adult, man. Bedtimes are not a thing.
Exactly. Bedtimes are gay.
All right, I guess Gord can be our aim. Yeah, Jenna, I think I hear you now. Yep.
Of course, something has to go wrong. I
Yeah.
am back.
We can have a pumpkin. A pumpkin is bald.
Yeah.
All right, Gord, jumping in. You got anything you want to say so far?
Let's see. Okay, so as you know, I guess as sour as I've been on this show, funny enough, this is probably the episode I would rate the highest. Which I only gave it because I scored each episode on IMDb as I was going, so I could kind of get an idea of how I would score it as a whole. This was probably my favorite episode, but I only gave it like a 4. And to be clear, I have a very set scale of how I judge things. Like my numbers come with adjectives attached, so like a 4 means it's bad, but I can understand why people might think it's good. Like like a movie like Titanic, for example, is something I would give a 4. So this is not an episode that's without merit. I think there's good things about it, and there's things I like in this episode. But
that real quick, Gord, that sucks because you're telling me this is your favorite episode.
Yeah,
and we still have 6
this
more
is
to
as
go.
good as it gets, people. We have reached peak Netflix Avatar. I'm sorry.
I can't wait.
But yeah, just and a lot of it is just the mechanics of the show are pretty broken. There's a lot of bad acting. There's I would say the tone of this show is one of its biggest issues because, like, if you remember that first scene in the first episode where they show the guy get burned alive, and it's actually pretty graphic. They have little moments like that speckled throughout. There's moments in the show where you can tell it's trying to, and that first scene, I thought, okay, we're establishing a serious tone. Okay, I'm down with that. That's fine, but it will go from something like that to getting like even more childish than like the cartoon would be. So it's tonally inconsistent, and you're really never quite sure what they're going for. If they're wanting you to be like, oh, this is just farcical and you can laugh at it, or oh no, you should be taking this seriously. This is grim and sad and blah blah blah. But this is probably the most balanced episode overall. Like this has the most that I like.
Okay.
Part of it is Suki, because I think Suki is one of the better castings in the whole show. I think they did a good job casting her. Good look, actress is decent enough. I even like the Sokka Suki little romance they did for this episode. I think they did a pretty good job with it.
Yeah.
I think it works. I disliked how they made Sokka such a feminine
Oh yeah,
figure.
Sokka's the biggest problem in it. Yeah, in that relationship dynamic, because they have nerfed him quite a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm not opposed to it. And
Yeah.
like I was just saying, like even seeing the mom acknowledge the relationship and her not being so rigid, like you're forbidden to mess with this boy. Like I'm like, okay, all of this works.
Yeah.
I would
All
even
right.
say what's funny is, because they brought, I don't know if y'all have talked about how, everyone was like, oh, they took away Sokka's sexism. I think when you go through the more of the show, you start to realize that doesn't just hurt Sokka's character. It hurts Katara a lot, because part of removing that element of his character is removing the fact that Katara is not just the sister in the group. She's very motherly. She's kind of the caretaker of the group. They've kind of completely removed the Katara Aang dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like almost entirely. So Aang's primary motivation on a personal level is gone. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
There's hints that they might be bringing it into the later seasons, but for this season, it's gone. It's not there.
Yeah. All right.
I'm probably should focus just on the episode. I don't want to paint too broad of strokes too quickly.
No, you cool, man. We've done it too.
Have you all watched the entire show, or are you all just watching as you get to the episode?
We've both just gotten to this point, and I think we
Okay.
both agreed we're going to go ahead and just watch the rest of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I finished the whole show last night. Yeah.
Did you binge it, or did you just? That's when you watched.
I did like 2 episodes one day, 3 episodes another day, and then 3 episodes yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a
You watched the movie.
I saw The Last Airbender at a midnight showing on its opening night. It is the first movie I've ever attended where the audience booed at the end.
Ooh.
And rightfully so.
I was at the midnight showing with arrows on my hands and forehead.
Yeah, I can remember the first time I was introduced to the cartoon. Because I thought when I first saw the cartoon publicized, I was like, oh, that'll be some cheesy, dumb Nickelodeon show.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brother started watching it, and he was like really into it, and he brought me in he said, if this scene doesn't sell you, then I'll leave you alone about watching it. And he showed me the scene where Aang encounters Ko the Face Stealer near the end of season 1. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks kind of awesome. So I just started watching it and fell in love with it.
All right, look, I'm gonna give y'all my little Avatar story. So hold up.
Do it.
So I have the complete series right here, right, of Aang.
Yep.
And how I got this, I didn't buy it. So I work with children often, okay? So back in Memphis, I worked with kids too, but there were children that was like released to the state, okay? So no parents or parents giving up on it. Anyway, so we
stole it from a child.
Basically, but I didn't like go into his personal belongings and take it. This kid was they said he had developed like a psychosis. His life was so fucked up that he had become all of these different like characters or whatever. He's trying to detach himself from what was actually going on.
Oh wow.
And so he owned this. And they said because he was not, grounding himself in the real world and really dealing with this trauma and getting better or whatever, that they said this was a hindrance to his progress.
Oh,
so there was like, okay, well, we got to get rid of like all of his like fictional shit. It sucks. The type of person I am, I'm like, because I would talk to him about Avatar. I would talk to him about superheroes and all that. That was kids love when you're into what they're into. So
basically, you have one of this kid's personalities on DVD.
Oh my goodness! Look, Bro, I wasn't going to just say no. Okay, it was either they was going to throw it away or give it to me, and
I probably would have taken it too. I'd be like, well,
can't let good media go to waste.
I'd even frame it like, look, okay, I understand we got to get this away from. This is part of him. This is one of his personalities. So I take this, and I will remember this part of him.
So that's how I got this. But yeah, man, it was he was so detached from the real world that it was like we got to get all of his like fictional shit out of there. So it's like, well, I do love me some Avatar, so I'd be more than happy to take that off of y'all's hands. So anyway, that's how I got it. I wasn't I'm gonna say real fan, as in, oh, I gotta go buy it, I gotta own it. It just kind of fell into my lap, but the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Things happen for a reason, for sure.
Yeah.
Brief story on how. Okay, so my older sister, funny enough, toughest nut to crack. She thought my brother and I were just stupid for liking this show. She was like, "Oh, that's lame," blah blah blah, and like she'd see little brief moments where we were watching. She was like, "Oh, that looks so dumb," and she asked me to. This was like sometime later. She was like, she took me to a restaurant, and I didn't want to eat there. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get sick if I eat here. It had a reputation. She goes, well, if you try this, then I'll do something, I'll do something for you. I was like, okay, if I do this, you have to watch a whole disc of Avatar: The Last Airbender, 4 episodes, and see for yourself if it's good or not. And she was like, okay, fine, I agree to it. And I did my thing. Then we all watched it together, and she's sitting there really quiet. We finished the 4 episodes, and I turned to her, I was like, okay, so, you haven't said anything. So what do you think? She was like, can we put in the next disc? And I was like, yes, we got her. Yeah. We got her.
Wait, so I want to know, did you get sick?
I don't know if I got fully sick, but I didn't feel very good.
Dang.
I didn't feel very good. It's sad because it was an Italian restaurant, so no offense to Copa or anything. And I love Italian food and everything. It was just they had stuff there that I thought was kind of sus. So.
Was it Olive Garden?
No, it was actually if you visit Louisville, Kentucky, it's a restaurant that's on the river, and actually, it's one of the ones they promote pretty heavily. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I went there and I was like, I've heard people say that if you get the wrong thing, you might get sick. And I kind of felt like I got one of the wrong things.
What do we have against Olive Garden, John?
Nas, I think he's talking about his sister, bro.
Nas doesn't care.
Yeah, Nas, what the heck? I think he missed that part. That's fair.
So. Olive Garden is delicious, though. So
don't tell Copa. I agree with you.
What does he have against Olive Garden? What is it? Like, what's wrong with it?
To him, it's like calling Taco Bell Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freaking Taco Bell.
I mean, come on now. Pasta, okay? Alfredo sauce, a little protein in it, garlic bread. What more do you need, Copa? Such a dumb big lips. These big lips slurp the shit out of some Olive Garden pasta, bro.
I know if you go to Italy and ask for fettuccine Alfredo, they'll call you a tourist because it's not called that over there.
Okay.
No, correct. Yeah, they don't have like Alfredo.
Yeah.
So Alfredo is not a real Italian thing? What are you talking about?
Right. I mean, I think they have a dish that is like, the noodles, the butter, all that stuff, but it's not named fettuccine Alfredo. I think the Alfredo was probably our contribution. We were just like, we saw an Italian phrase, we're like, fettuccine we can do. Well, Alfredo, that sounds Italian.
Yeah, Alfredo, that shit.
Probably some Italian guy named Alfredo showed it to him. It's like, we'll name it after you. How about that?
That shit isn't pasta at Olive Garden. It's boiled rubber bands. Oh man,
that's funny.
The rubber gives it texture.
Boiled rubber bands and milk.
Their salads are good. They have good salads.
Olive Garden is the only place where At home, I eat just fucking lettuce. Okay, maybe some cheese or whatever, and some dressing. I'm real like plain to the point. I eat all that shit they throw into the salad, even the olives, and I hate fucking olives.
How do you hate olives?
I don't know. Olive Garden is the shit, man.
Caesar
Caesar
salad comes from a Mexican guy named Caesar.
Cesar. That's his name.
Cesar.
Julio Cesar Chavez. Hey, the Julio Cesar salad.
All right, last comment, and then we'll have to move on. AJ, if you
Yeah.
want to be next level, get his PlayStation account and delete all of his saves. And then gaslight him by telling him the saves are still there. Bonus points if you pretend to play them. Oh, you talking about the kid? Oh, he
Yeah,
didn't
I
have a
think he's
PlayStation. They couldn't have their own console. Some kids had like handheld games, so like a DS or something. Y'all, my grown asses was. That's why my kids loved me though. My grown ass was in there like, oh shit, bro, you got this Pokemon on the DS, whatever. All right, I'll trade you this. So I give them like legendaries, little cool shit, and but it's just that joy on kids' faces when an adult is enjoying what they're enjoying. That's an amazing feeling, man.
yeah, it's validating them. I like
Remind him that he's the crazy one. All right, Jenna says she'll be right back.
All right.
It's me and you, Gord. Gord, this is my first time meeting you, bro. What's up?
I know. It's awesome. We've frequented similar streams, but I don't think ever. I'm not sure if I've ever streamed with Jana either. Same deal.
Dude, all right. Well, I'll go ahead and ask you, put you on the spot. Will you be here for the next one?
I mean, like I said, I don't want to fully commit because I typically am supposed to be okay, let me word this specifically. I am supposed to be asleep at this time on Saturdays because I go to work at 4:30 a.m. I am never asleep at this time though. I'm a terrible sleeper on weekends. So I can't commit to necessarily being on time, but there's a good chance that I could still show up for just about everyone because pretty consistently I'm awake at this time on Saturday. I can't sleep 8 hours on a weekend. Just doesn't happen.
Look, man, typically I don't try to stream past 2 hours. We start at 9. We started a little later today, but we'll start the stream at 9. It's already 2 hours and almost a half. So if you can just give some time from like 9 o'clock, then that'll be cool.
Yeah, if I can be there, I will be there.
Okay, so I'll just send you the link.
All right.
Every time.
Sounds good.
Yeah, make it if you can. The Avatar turned into a plot piece. Yeah. What do you mean, like Yoshi right here for this episode?
He could be referring to Aang, and he would be right.
All right, let's go ahead and skip through. We're not even halfway through, man.
Yeah, it's true.
If Zuko is looking to us for information, it means he thinks he's still in the area. Gathering the reports on unusual sightings in the last few days. And do it fast.
Like, I get what they were trying to go for with this version of Zhao, and they didn't necessarily cast a bad actor. I've seen this actor in other stuff. He's not bad. They're trying to make him a little bit more low level, a bit more of a brown nose, trying to work his way up, very ambitious. He's definitely not the Zhao from the cartoon, who is much more masculine. And, it's like, I don't necessarily, but they kept the kind of weaselly part of him, which he's doing mostly pretty good. But later in the show, the more, when he starts to actually do some of the things he intended, it doesn't quite work as well. But in these early episodes, I think the guy's doing okay.
Yeah, man, he's doing okay. Like Zhao,
okay. I like the other Zhao a lot more, though.
Yeah, Zhao was an important character, but he's one of those guys where, okay, you were important for that season. Like, as time goes on, like, fuck you.
Yeah. He's basically the season 1, like, I guess kind of the antagonist that needs to be beat. I wouldn't necessarily say the main one. That's probably Zuko, but
yeah,
he's kind of the villainous figurehead they have to beat by season 1's end.
He's actually the guy, because we talked about this on the last episode where you had the one soldier in Zuko's little group where he's like, like, fuck this guy. Why are we even following him? And so they don't respect Zuko. But then you had the one guy that was on top of the tower during that storm, and Zuko went up there to save him. And everybody was like, oh, okay, he's not the pampered, pompous prince that we think he is. He actually cares about his people. He's
They
different
actually,
from his
it's funny
father.
because they do something with that idea. They repurpose it, obviously, which they've done with a lot of this stuff. They do
Okay.
something really interesting with that idea that could have been really good. Like it's a great, like I was kind of impressed with the idea that they had for that, and I was like, wow, it's not bad. It's actually not a bad idea, but they never really run with it. So it's like, oh well, guess that's over.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But
Kind of
yeah,
the theme of the whole show is that there's a lot of like that could have been good if like it was almost there. There's like a lot of almost theirs.
What's up, Hunty? Just
What a
came
waste of
in.
melon, by the way.
Yeah,
A waste of
I take
melon?
personal offense to that. My gosh.
Look, this was weird as fuck. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but fans don't work the way that Suki.
I mean, it's kind of the
made.
katana from Mortal Kombat thing. So I guess I don't know if is there such a thing as a weapon fan. I mean, they're not the first to do it. So I don't know.
Yeah, but just the way that this one, like, it
The cuts
moved.
you wouldn't think would look so straight. It's it's a very jagged edge. So I wouldn't think they'd look
I
that
was
way.
like, she just did some real. She did some airbending type shit to make this happen.
Yeah,
So
I would say of all the little scenes that it's kind of building up their little romance is probably the one I like the least. It's a little too awkward.
It was forced.
I mean,
I
yeah,
feel like
it felt a little
they were
forced.
like in the big they looked at the show and they said, how did these two, connect? And they said, oh, she kicked his butt and he got embarrassed about it. And then they were like, oh, we got to put that in somehow. And that's kind of what this is to me.
Like, I get that she's sheltered and that she probably hasn't had a boyfriend before and everything, but it's like, do you really not know how to interact with them at all? That's okay.
It's not how you flirt.
Yeah, it's like you're a good-looking girl. You're telling me no guy has ever hit on you? I have a hard time believing that.
I think I disagree. I had no issue with her the way she flirted. Me personally, I like a woman who is physical. Who's not all dainty. So what she was doing, I was like, yeah, like you got me. I'm interested.
I think if
cute.
they had added like a little bit of my problem with it isn't necessarily that she gets into combat with him. That's fine because that's kind of how they flirt in the cartoon. Also, it's that there's clear like they're kind of grinning back and forth at each other. There's a little bit more chemistry that you can see between them. It's not just, but in this, she just looks like, well, this is all I know how to do. She looks a little too like petrified at that. She's like, I'll fight him. It's like, okay.
Man, she's petrified, but at the same time, she's forward. Like that scene where she's just staring at him while he's naked. I'm like, girl, what you trying to do? Like, you still here? I'm getting naked. Like, I'm almost like, what's happening? Like, let's go ahead and like
come in if you're gonna stand there.
Yeah, so I'm not opposed to her approach. I think it's more straightforward or it's more noticeable than what most women would do. And that just adds a bunch of unnecessary time. So I like Suki's approach here. And yeah, he is a newer guy. He's different from all the other boys on the island, which we don't even see the other boys on the island. I can't think of one.
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing is that I felt, and that's part of why I thought it was a little weird is I felt like they had to justify it by getting rid of all the boys her age. It's like, that's come on now. It's like there's only teenage girls on this island.
Yeah, and I can only think of one other example, but I
which
think
if you're Sokka, you're like, I'm staying.
Yeah,
I ain't going nowhere. Sorry, Team Avatar.
I don't know. I would question where they all went. Like, do they just get chucked off the edge of the cliff? Like, oh, you're a dude.
Yeah, really.
Hope you can swim.
Watching, again, I can't think of any other examples. I think they're out there, but The Walking Dead, for instance, I don't know if y'all watched that, but there's a group of women, and somehow all of the men went off to fight Negan and his people or whatever, and they died, zombies, yada yada yada. But it's just a village of lesbians. of just women. And that is a thing that happens. Again, I can't give you any more examples besides that one. I'm sure if I actually invested the time, I could. But that was one of the things that I hated about this, where it's like, dude, where are the other boys? Where are the other males here? And I think Gord pointed out the original leader was a male, but he's not here
Yeah, they
somehow.
replaced. They gave that role to Suki's mother, which wasn't a character. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate that too much because I was like, I thought the woman who played her mother was fine. I was like you said, she's good looking for her age, so I was like, okay, good for her. But it's when it's that on top of the fact there's no teenage boys around. It's like, what are y'all sacrificing them to badger moles? How does this work?
Yeah.
Where are all the teenage guys?
They all go to the Unagi.
The Unagi.
I was disappointed there's no Unagi in this. What the heck?
Yeah, man. I'm a lover of animals, a trainer of dogs. It's like, dude, come on, man. Where's the a big appeal of the Avatar and the Avatar universe itself, because they continued with Korra, was the animal companions. And that's why I want Sokka to have Haki. I'm like, man, that shit is beautiful to see someone with an animal companion. And that, like watching Disney, that's what honestly got me into wanting to be with animals, work with animals. You see these Disney animals and they're just like so in tune with their humans. Humans speaking fucking English, an animal knows what it is. You tell them, go get me this or go find this person, whatever, and the animal, I'm on it. And they go do it.
As a direct quote.
A direct quote, exactly, over many Disney movies. But this is something else that the Avatar kind of brought back to life for me, was the human animal companion. And it's like when all of the humans are kind of incapacitated or whatever, you know that animal is enough of a character to where they're going to come through, they're going to save them, and we're going to advance the story. So to see them not have such a presence in this story, it's disheartening, man. It sucks. Like Appa is reduced to just transportation, and Momo was just the cute thing at the time that we can make merchandise off of. So it's like, man, I want to see the humans playing, the animals play an actual role and contribute.
Yeah, they were actual characters. They weren't.
Yeah, Appa and Momo were genuinely great characters, and oh my gosh, if you watch the dude, was it D. Bradley Baker do the voice work for the animals? It's crazy. It's so cool watching him do that.
I thought you were gonna say the what are they called? The Lost Days, Lost Episodes, some shit, but where they focus on like Appa and his journey when he was away from Aang. Like,
yeah, that's a fantastic episode.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Like, yeah, man. I don't skip those. It's like you, and again, working with dogs, man, and when you have like strays that are, or if you're really like into that community or that world, where, because I'm in a bunch of like lost and found animal groups, and you see these stories of people who've lost their dogs for like years, like 2 years, 3 years, but that person never gave up their search, and that dog survived for this long, and for them to be reunited at some point, it was like, okay, we've been together for this long. Unfortunate things happen. Our journeys had to be like separated. We're on our own path, but we're going to come back together. And that's what I felt with Appa and his story. It's like you see this animal that's just like, damn, this person has been here all this time. They've been kind of like my guidance through life. And now I don't have them, and I'm left to figure out all of this shit on my own. And then Appa actually meets the bunk, or that one guy who helped Aang in the Avatar state and all the chakras. Like, Appa actually meets him before Aang does.
Oh yeah, Guru Patik,
yeah. So it's like shit like that, man. That stuff is important. It's not necessarily super important for the story, but it's nice to have that little extra to make the world feel that much more believable or lived in. Whew. All right, we stuck. Let's keep going. All right, Kyoshi was hired as a house girl for the richest family on the island. You know,
Was
she
that the
was.
same backstory she had in the cartoon?
Didn't really have
Or
one.
did they
They
have
Yeah, I
really,
don't.
she's really just the avatar of the Earth Kingdom avatar. They don't really give her a backstory in the show.
No, they don't.
I didn't remember that.
How did you go from this to that badass?
What's sad is these drawings all look really cool, and I'm like, okay, they're building up Kyoshi, which I was excited to see Kyoshi. I was like, this could be pretty cool, and
Yeah.
that's like one of the most jarring scenes is from this episode. Like the whole, I guess, kind of spirit world sequence where he's talking with her it looks like really low budget, like something you'd see in like a sea level movie. And what's weird is there is an episode where they go to the spirit world. It looks nothing like that. Like it looks more like just a part of the episode, has a natural flow. It's got that weird like tent over it and stuff. In this episode, it's like, what are they doing here? It looks like something you'd see out of like a
VHS recording.
Yeah, like a sub $100,000 movie. It's so bad looking.
Well, you're talking about what it could have been. In the reference, they talk about her and I don't know, the little short dude that she kind of broke away the piece of the island. You see her use the fans, and I was like, this is a peek into what the Avatar could do, because she blew the wind strong enough to push this Earth away to create her own island. And I was like, damn, that is what Aang is going to be able to do in the future. And that's not there. So like that little small glimpse of her power and telling you an actual story, like actual history, that's gone, just to see her girl boss and do a little element tornado and fight some Fire Nation soldiers. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. But being me in my mind saying like, damn, the Avatar is able to push wind hard enough to or to blow wind hard enough to push an entire island or to create an island. First she earthbended and made it the fucking crack to break off the little earth, but then she was like, peace out. Yeah. Just started going back into the ocean. Like I was like, damn, hey, that's cold. But yeah, you don't get to see any of that.
I mean, granted, I mean,
that
it's
happened
fine
later, didn't it?
Yeah, that's from they actually they don't even talk really much about Kyoshi beyond this episode until season 2, which is where I think it's Avatar Day is where they talk about her fighting that guy.
Okay.
But honestly, that they should have saved like any characterization beyond the fact that she's the Avatar. They should have saved for later, because if once you start telling her backstory, it's kind of like, why wouldn't you tell that little tale between her and him?
Right.
Okay, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but yeah, that's just a moment that really like stands out to me as far as like the Avatar lore. But yeah,
justice will bring peace.
Oh shit, why am I playing this?
Oops.
I asked myself that about episode 5.
I gotta get through it, man. I'm committed.
No, I was too. I mean, I obviously watched it, but it became a chore after a while.
So right here, he says it. We don't see it, but he says, back home, the other kids used to say I was lucky, but I did have to train.
I hate these moments so much. This is what I was talking about earlier, where he constantly is just expositing his feelings. There's no show with him. I mean, it's like you could literally just have him staring at this and then play this flashback, and you don't need him to talk. It's like you don't need him to talk after this. Or just be minimal in your dialogue. They don't let him really. They don't let his emotions get revealed through action. It's always he has to tell you. And it's sadly, like, I don't want to rag too much on the actor for a bad performance because he's a kid. And plus, because I think, there's enough examples of adults giving bad performances. I just think this is a horribly directed show.
It's directed.
Yeah.
When it comes down to performances, I think almost every performance has the same problem. Like, the only performance I can think of that's basically flawless is the kid who plays Jet. I think he's perfect. I was like, wow, I was impressed. But like, he's like the only one that I cannot pick at his acting. And I think it's down to poor direction.
Yeah, because this Aang character, this kid who plays him, I think he's perfect. And I think if he just had, if he was directed better, if he had more to work with, then...
Yeah, the look is great. The look is great. But like he's there's a similar problem with him and Zuko is they overexpress, they over enunciate. It almost feels like theater in a way, like they're trying to be loud so everyone hears them almost. It's like there's almost too much projection in the way they speak.
But yeah, like you were saying, the exposition, if he would have did a flashback, fucking my brain went crazy for a minute, but just a flashback of what we saw from the series where he's like, hey, can I play with you guys? And they're like, nah, man, you're an avatar. It's a disadvantage. So just something quick like that.
But they never gave that chance to him in the show because he told him he was the avatar and he was like, that night, like, bye. He never, like, maybe the other kids knew, I don't know, but he didn't know.
Yeah, no, they definitely didn't know. Fuck them kids.
Clip that.
I'm going to take their DVDs.
You are literally not alone. Yeah, literally not.
All the other avatars are inside you. I kind of feel like this would be common knowledge with avatars. I mean, they have a long-standing legacy in the world. Granted, yes, you could argue it might get lost during the time period where he's gone, but he's clearly been referenced constantly while he was away. So it's like him being able to call back his past lives, I wouldn't think would. I would think that's would be common knowledge. That's kind of how it was treated in the cartoon. It would make more sense. But they act like he's just discovering this, and it's like, okay.
I think maybe them saying it is one thing, but it being like realized, like, no, literally.
They can. Yeah, I want them to say it. They need to say it for the sake of the audience. It's just the way they present it to him is odd. It's a little strange.
Oh,
like a little girl.
Bling bounced out. I hope I caught you, but peace, Bling. Thank you for being here. Talking some Avatar. If the live action gets far, I would love to see how they handle the face stealer creature. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing with Ko. How are they going to show that?
I know how they do it.
So they do get to
it?
They
do, yeah. Ko is in the they bring Ko into the show.
Okay. The opposite episodes where Gareth just dude, I love animal stuff, man, and to see
Flip that
to see Appa without his human, man, that was cool. We need to do a Shogun stream. I haven't seen it yet.
I've heard it's great.
Good. I didn't see the original or read the book, so
same. I would be coming in blind.
World. Yeah.
I didn't know it was anything besides a show.
Constellation's good too. I'm watching both of them. You
were telling me about that. Dude, this show is full of Aang bitching about being an avatar like a bundle of sticks.
He's not wrong. And
he's a kid. Copa, shut up.
I wish I could say it gets better from here.
Shows in the right nowadays think that the audience are kids. They have to be handheld, though. To be fair, they are. I mean, not us who are looking for more, but consumers. It sucks, bro.
I kind of agree. It should be more just on the basic premise that the show is set with firebending. The precedent they set with firebending is like, if you look at the burns they have on these people, they're pretty horrific. This looks more like rug burn on his face. You know, I was like, that's after you see that first guy get immolated, basically, it's like, oh, that's horrifying. Then you look at Zuko, it's like, that's not so bad.
Yeah, like
it looks like it would heal. It looks like it would heal up fine.
Yeah, go talk to the right waterbender. You'll get that cleared up real quick.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was saying, like, in the show, man, dude's ear is like fucking melted.
Yeah.
He's barely touched ear in this show. So I think
but a scratch.
Weird. It's weird, Hunts, because they made the show for adults just to treat them worse. Yeah. Somebody else said that earlier. Jenna thinks that her saying "I like this" somehow makes it not gay. It's read last week's chat by Compose. Damn, I'm reading last week's chat right now. My nephew got rug burned today, and it was worse looking than live. Oh shit! I'm gonna check out the show. Wrong. Okay. He knows about the Avatar somehow. He knows about the Avatar. I can't even deliver that line. It was just weird. Somehow he found out.
He knows about the Avatar. Somehow he found out.
Yeah, that's just some weird. That's just weird, man.
And the only way they know this is from that random dude walking by.
Rando. You trying to do the moves, mimicking. All right, she said, get out of here. I need some alone time. I like it. Suki know what she want, man. That's hot.
Yeah, this actually might go down as my favorite scene of the entire season. I think this is actually pretty good. It's cute. You know, it's got a little bit of like I think I actually laughed a little bit here. I was like, okay, yeah, this is probably the show at its best here. It's funny, it's sweet. I like these characters. I like Suki. I don't like Sokka's version here, but I mean, I like the idea of Sokka because he was my favorite character in the cartoon.
Look how he got their butt poked out so she can go and penetrate. She can lift that dress up.
We need that. We need Zax's beta male song for this, though.
Exactly. I think he's actually leaned forward. I don't think he's actually leaning into her, but
not an alpha male.
Sokka's a beta bender.
Look at that. He trying to feel her bulge. I can't do it with this scene.
It was.
You want to feel Captain Boomerang?
Sure.
Look at that shit. I mean, she's taller than
That's him. The look I wanted to see when they first started showing. I was like, that's the kind of look I'm talking about. That's a good flirtatious look. Like, okay, she's into it.
But she's looking down at him, man.
That's not an accident.
Yeah, I would have to like.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily think this is like trying to like do the gender politics thing, because this kind of how the cartoon does it too. Suki is a better fighter than Sokka. I mean, that's faithful enough. I was like, that's fine.
Yes.
She's seen combat. He hasn't, like, until very recently.
But how she's taller than him, though. So in the series, if I remember correctly, they were there training. There was no like one above the other. You just see them on like the same plane.
I mean, she got him down on the ground a few times. That's how
yes, but that's her being better in combat. This is her somehow in this stance. Somehow she just ends up above him, looking down on him, like holding God in him. Now this part was cool. They're on the same plane. Okay, they're working together. And they come together, and it's not necessarily that he's taller than her, but it's like they're still on equal ground. They're falling for one another. This is just her towering over him, like looking down, like, yeah, you my bitch. She hot though, so it's like, damn, like, all right, I'll let you get away with it for a little bit, but remember who, who the man in this relationship.
Yeah, I like Space Sword. Who doesn't like Space Sword? Space Sword's great.
Goodbye, Space Sword.
Miss Space Sword.
I miss Space Sword. I miss hockey.
Hockey's great.
Like in the continuation of the series, please let hockey come back. Please let's see Sokka as a great warrior. And I don't know what he was in Korra. I don't know if he was a politician or what, but
I don't remember either. I couldn't get through Korra. I didn't care for it.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah. I got through season 1 and I was like, okay, do I want to watch more of this?
The world
It
needs
gets
you,
into like
Aang.
spirit world stuff, which is cool. Like how Avatar started, and it gets kind of detailed on that sense. I thought it was cool.
It does, but even with that, it's like, well, damn, I'm paying more attention to Wong and his journey than Korra. It's like, fuck Korra. Let's just see all the other avatars. Let's
Pretty much.
Which is why you will make a great avatar.
Because you don't want the power. Avatar Kyoshi, help me.
Look at this. This looks so bad.
This like
What
filter.
is this? This is so horrible looking.
Yeah.
They ran out of money and they were like, we got about $25 left. What can we do? Hey, you want to come in for a day? We're gonna film this Kyoshi Spirit World thing. Okay.
Put a filter over it.
We'll put a weird filter.
There's $25 and free craft service for the day. There you go.
But yeah, the ship looks nice.
Yeah, ship does.
Ship looks good. A lot of the effects look good. The costumes never get dirty though, which annoys the crap out of me. Again, that's a tone problem because it's like, okay, you got these clean costumes. You're wanting me to take this seriously, but they never accumulate a lick of dirt.
Yeah. Even the ships look kind of dirty, but
Yeah, it's like a lot of stuff looks dirty, but the costumes never. And some of the wig and sideburn stuff looks awful. Like that one, the lieutenant on their ship, who there was a brief shot of him just a second ago. His sideburns look horrible.
Yeah, I said he looked like he needs to be in a Sun Wukong movie or something.
Just wait till you see Yue's wig. You'll be wondering that whole time how that thing stays on.
I saw it. I saw a picture. I haven't seen it moving around.
It does not look good in motion at all.
Oh no.
And I felt bad because I think the actress who played her was doing okay, but it's just like I couldn't take her seriously. That wig was so bad looking. I was like, oh my gosh, they do a better job with the costumes in Shyamalan's movie. It's pathetic. Because they actually look like they wear a bit.
All right, so I'm crushing on Suki.
Suki's she's a pretty gal.
Why did she take her makeup off though?
Because we got to see that face.
So were the other girls, and they're still wearing their makeup.
Those other girls don't matter. I don't know. I don't know why they did, but I know they don't actually show Suki without her makeup until season 2 of the cartoon, because you almost don't recognize her.
Right.
But I mean, it's fine. I mean, because I guess it's because it's kind of in service to the fact that they're going to kiss later. Because if he hasn't seen her like for real, that might be a little weird. But I didn't mind it. I was like, that's fine.
I hate this dude's face. Look at this.
Look at his forehead.
Like
his face looks like it's carved out of wood. It looks like whoever made his face didn't finish.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta smooth that out, add a little bit of fat to it, give it a little bit of character.
Goddamn Crash Bandicoot mask. What's the name? Uka Aku, like them dudes. Just flat, man. With his little nose. Damn, dude, you ugly. It's not your fault.
It looks like a poorly constructed sculpture.
Suki. I want some Suki now. With the booty chin. I like it. I mean, she's a strong warrior, even in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, I get the appeal now.
Yeah, she's cute. She's good looking.
All right, there's the bell. Fire Nation attacking. You need to be a guardian, a general, a mediator, a god. You must fill several roles. That's why I need to master all the bending disciplines.
Lecturing him.
This is just cringe. I hated this part so much.
It was terrible.
It's the worst part of the episode for me. Not just because of the awful, weird filter they've got over it, which I still don't get, but I was like, gosh, y'all, it's like Kyoshi was supposed to come off as wise but hardened. That's why Jennifer Hale voicing her was so great. But whoever played her, it's like, that's bad. That's bad.
What were you saying, Jana?
His scar appears to go back further than the redness.
Yeah, it goes to about halfway between a little more than halfway between his eye and his ear.
Bro, this
And there's
dude
scratches on it.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it looks like a combination between rug burn and scratches. It doesn't look like a burn. I've
No,
seen burns.
It looks like a skin little disease.
He has the worst
Heart
pink
dragging.
eye.
Yeah.
The pink eye just kept spreading.
That's all it looks like. In Pike Show, the first move is not always the best. Knowledge of your opponent, knowing where he might go. Like, none of this shit sounds like real wise or profound that he says. Is you just saying shit, bro.
No, they've reduced Iroh to a fortune cookie. That's what he is in this show. He's a fortune cookie. And he's not, he is like, there's hardly any warmth to him. He's not funny. It's just he's bland, and it's almost everything's fortune cookie dialogue.
It's a waste of a good character.
Yeah.
So he just said, instead of following them, we're just gonna go to where they might be. Oh, you're right, Uncle.
Why did he know that, though?
Good question.
I think it makes sense though, because if you're going to go there, there's this huge shrine of Avatar Kyoshi. So, you know what?
But here's part of the problem is that journal that journal that Aang took from Zuko. It's not really spoilery. It's just information that helps exposit this part a bit. That journal of his that has information on avatars, like they literally say nobody else has this information. It's like, well, then how'd Zuko get it? That doesn't make any sense. It's not all that complex of a piece of information either. It's just, that's like, wow, that's kind of weird.
About the journal itself?
Yeah, that journal that he has, which that's telling Aang go to these statues and whatnot. Like, Katara literally says to Zuko about that journal is, this has information that nobody else had. It's like, what?
Well, to be fair, Gord, he's been on this journey longer than the show has actually been going.
But he can't be like the first kid to ever, search for an avatar or write down. The avatar's been around thousands of years. It's got to be, this information can't be that uncommon. It doesn't feel like hidden information.
Well, I would say
they sure as heck figure it out.
To everyone else, it could just be legends, or they're not invested in going on this journey to figure out the avatar. It's like, all right, well, we're told he was a thing and now he's not. Shit's happening. Let me focus on the turmoil that I'm going through, as opposed to some magical figure that may or may not exist. But since he's on that journey, then he's seeking out all of the information that will aid him in his quest. That's my justification for it.
I guess my issue with that is like, okay, Zuko's, what is it? His grandfather was Sozin. Was it he was either his grandfather or his great grandfather was? I think it was his great grandfather was Sozin. Sozin was best friends with Roku. So it's like, there's got to be some information that he can go on that's not uncommon. It's just, and it's a line that just felt odd and out of place, because I was like, that. You don't even need to do that to make that journal useful. It was just a weird thing they added to it.
This dude looks like he looks old and frail. He doesn't look like General Zhao. He doesn't look like a respectable figure.
I don't hate him. I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't hate him.
I don't hate him either. They're basically, Zhao's kind of, he's fierce and he's got the military mind in the cartoon, but he's also kind of a weasel. This one, they've kind of just made him the weasel. And that's fine. I mean, and I like the actor they picked for him. It's just, and at this point in the show, I think he's doing okay.
Suki.
Oh boy, you said at this point.
Yeah.
Oh boy. There's a lot of grunting.
Man grunts.
Woman grunts, man
grunts.
Katara needs to grunt.
I thought I hate to say it here. I thought Katara's acting was terrible here. She's it's a small little scene, but like her portrayal of panic is not good here at all. I was like, wow, she's just kind of shifting a little bit and looking like mildly uncomfortable. Looks like somebody about to go to a doctor, like get a doctor's exam or something, not someone who's like, oh my gosh, the Fire Nation is gonna kill us. It's I was like,
That's true. She didn't act like she was about to die.
Yeah.
Or that Aang was about to die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jen, I see you miss. We're gonna speed through this. I was telling Gore, I didn't expect for us to be going this long, especially consistently.
I blame Sassy.
Let's see, this stream is what I needed after all the BS I'm having with my games. Hey man, I'm glad you're here and you're enjoying it. And
yeah,
unfortunately, we gotta zip past this. But hey, it is what it is. Fucking mixed drink is catching up
What if
with
I
me.
hurt someone?
Kyoshi like, fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you miss the part where all of your people got murdered? You're gonna have to fight, kid.
Crack some skulls.
But she
End
doesn't.
some lives.
She doesn't give him a chance to like go. Oh, okay. Like, let me do this. She's like, no, I got you.
Do you that reminds me of the scene in the actual show when he was trying to figure out how to take down Ozai. And every avatar he talked to is like, hey bro, get over this shit. End him. It's
Yeah,
over.
and
Right.
it kind of feels like they're fast tracking that in the show. It's a little weird.
So everybody was like, look, bro, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. He's a menace out here.
The themes of this adaptation start to hit you over the head a little too much. About halfway through the show. It's like none of this show's themes are hidden. They really drive them home. The Avatar must act alone. That and people like having expectations set upon them and going against them. Those are like the two main themes, and they hit you over the head with them constantly.
Run away from your responsibilities again, even more will be hurt. Putting your duties above all else. And even the monk said, I don't know if it was in the animated series or this one, but the Avatar is not told that they're the Avatar until they're 16. So yeah, she just like shitting on this kid for like leaving. And she expected him to just, I mean, if that's the case, he would have died.
Exactly.
And yeah, we'd probably be in a worse state than what we are. So yeah, shame on you, Kyoshi, for not having that much foresight or
bringing him to pink purple filter world.
And I will show you what will happen if you fail. It means being a warrior. Look at Suki.
That was fine. Them fighting together was fine.
Yeah, I was fine with that.
Yeah,
I like all of this.
Yeah,
a lot of the fight scenes are pretty solid. I like the fight scenes mostly work. It's probably one of the more consistent merits the show has throughout. Not all of them, but a good number of the combat scenes do work.
They're bringing more men. I'm surprised.
No.
Men?
Like, what?
Oh no.
Not the penis willed us.
Unagi's gonna eat good tonight.
Cut off their dicks and feed them to a Nagi. This was.
I like that there's a trail. That's cute.
Yeah, and I hated this part. Katara's at the end of the trail and she just throws water splashies at them.
He was ready to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe what happened. I don't want to lie, but this little water, she took down like all of his little little
Yeah,
soldiers.
she like smacked them and they just died. Like
They just failed.
They made her. They made her powerful.
She gained
Way too
experience
fast.
points.
I mean, she's like that person who joins like a group of people playing Borderlands who are like level 90 and she's level 1, but they kill something and boom, she boosts up all the way. Like
Plenty
she
of
got
level
powerful
ups.
immediately.
This is expressive.
He's very expressive.
That looks AI.
Maybe.
You want to know about the power of the avatar?
This
I'm
looks
gonna teach it
sub
to you.
AI. Oh my gosh. That's the best way of putting it, baby. Kiyoshi's little backer. This looks sub AI.
Girl boss.
She was like, no.
It's about to be a what? Girl fight?
This is my least favorite part. Is when
And
she leaves that scene to go there. Like she like rocket boosts out into the sky. She can just fly.
Yeah, I think it would have been cooler if she did the which I don't know, I guess speed time was a factor, but when we were talking about as an earthbender, how they kind of like skate on the ground, mainly we only see Toph do it, from what I remember, but how she's like skating on the earth and you see the earth just like pushing her forward. If Kyoshi would have did something like that, I'm like, lean into your beginning, like your innate element, as opposed to just using avatar powers. So I think that's a nitpick. But yeah, I would have.
Well, yeah, but like, even in the I mean, the last episodes of the cartoon, and Aang is flying around. He's got a ball of air. I mean, he's got a ball of elements around him. Like he's not just rocketing everywhere. You know, like he's using.
That's one of the things is this show never really gives. I mean, it gives him a couple of little fight scenes, but this is one of those times where Aang should be shining as a fighter. Like, okay, he's capable. He may be a reluctant fighter, but he's a good one. They don't let him do it. It's like, no, we're gonna have Kyoshi do it. It's like, why?
Yeah. Right. Same with the first episode with the fireball being thrown at them. He couldn't showcase his water-bending fighting there. It had to be Katara saving everyone.
Who could just all of a sudden pull water up from like 100 feet. It's like,
cloud. I guess she got it from the cloud.
Maybe she downloaded it from the cloud.
Exactly.
And so all of this happening and it's just Kyoshi. So it's not even Aang. And I said, if you were going to do this, then I would have preferred like when Korra did the like you see her body, but there's like this whole spiritual presence, like outward shell of herself or whatever. I would prefer if you see Aang, but you know, because he's smaller in stature as well. Yeah, so you see him.
You could have just showed him in the Avatar state. I mean, you could have just done Avatar state. Boom, and there he is.
But for girl boss purposes,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like for some reason they don't want Aang to be in the Avatar state. They'd rather let it be a girl.
They could have got non-binary points though. Have Aang there and then just have this little female projection outward.
He bends gender fluid.
Or they could have had it where, like, if they were looking in the perspective of the people that were fighting, we're seeing Aang, but then, like, his perspective, he is Kyoshi.
Nice. That would have worked too. Yeah. That actually would have made more sense because they see him, but we're in tune with the whole spiritual connection. We actually know what's going on. So when it's the viewer's perspective, then you see Kyoshi, but from the soldier's perspective, you see Aang. Yeah, that would have been hot.
Yeah, it would have been different than the show. I mean, the cartoon when Roku takes over his body, everyone sees Roku. So.
And they're like, "Oh shit, Master Roku, we're so sorry. We're so sorry."
Yeah.
You know what's funny is if you combine the number of minutes per episode of this adaptation versus the cartoon, because a lot of people are like, well, they can't adapt everything because they don't have as much time. They only have 6 minutes less combined. So you literally you could have actually adapted this 1-to-1 if you wanted to. And I get not necessarily wanting to do it that way, but a lot of the stuff they repurposed poorly. They didn't have to. They had just you could have cut out the whole that the one most useless episode is the one where they go down into the canyons with those people, the Great Divide. You could cut that entire episode out, and you now have more time in this first season than you do the entire first season of the cartoon. You could have just about done everything you wanted.
I hated that episode.
Yeah, it's a dumb episode.
I was fine with the episode, I think, but what I took away from it was Aang was willing to lie to do some good. So just how Kyoshi is willing to kill somebody to do some good, and he's like, I'm not about that. So it definitely shows the differences in the avatars. So, but I mean, just that from that whole episode, Aang lies for the betterment of these people. You can easily slide that moment or that thought into another episode.
Yeah, it didn't need to be its own episode to get that.
Yeah. And she just fought hard. The hair messy. The hair is messy. She bows to him. Respect. He ain't bound.
But then they're like, but you gotta go. But for real, that 48 hours, I wasn't joking. It's been 48 hours. Bye.
Well, they're bowing to him, and it's like, Aang really didn't do anything here. That wasn't him fighting. That was Kyoshi.
Oh, that's my kiss.
Gosh, look at how much his chin protrudes on that kiss. My gosh.
No, my chin don't do that, Suki. Holla at me.
Oh my gosh.
And my hair longer than his.
Maybe that's her appeal. Maybe she likes the chin.
It's those martial arts masters who break stones with their chins. He could destroy that exercise.
He breaks glaciers with the chin.
Man, that dude trips and suddenly there's a fissure in the ground.
Oh, no, fuck this shit. I gotta see what other hot women out there.
Yeah, and Kyoshi told me a bunch of stuff, so we gotta go do it.
Yeah, I still have no idea about the Avatar state. Kyoshi did that all on her own, but did you see it? Was it cool? I don't know. I was unconscious. So they're going to Master Paku's step grandfather, whatever, to train in some more waterbending. Do we get the sexism, Gord?
From Sokka? No.
No, from Paku and
yes. It's not, and I mean it's there's a whole thing the women can't waterbend, and they do use it for a massive girl boss moment. I will say that. I mean, it's not. I would say it's not an overdone girl boss moment, but it's still an overt one. Although, to the credit of the way it's written, it's not utterly out of place. It's just still it's still pretty clunky. I mean, you could have justified it. I guess is the way best way to put it. It could have been justified if they'd tried a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like that's the whole show's problem is it's just almost there.
I'll give Dale Day Kim as Ozai. Good casting. I don't necessarily like everything they did to his character, but for the look and the acting, good casting.
Without saying anything, I mean, he looks good as Ozai.
Yeah.
It looks good.
The look is there.
The Avatar has returned. All right, that's it for the episode, people. We're good. We got through it.
I'm upset about the Unagi.
Oh shit, Flaccid. Is there any hit girl like character for AJ? Look, man, no. But Suki, maybe if Aang had all the young girls going after him, maybe I would have picked somebody out. But I gotta settle for Suki, and I'm fine with that. So there you go. Gotta play a clip from my
Settle for
boy.
Suki.
What do we
Praise
have?
though.
He loves this one. Flaccid, this for you.
You guys seen that Flash trailer?
Yeah.
It looks
It
good.
looks awful. Awesome. Yeah.
You think it looks awful? Really?
No, I misspoke. I think it looks awesome.
I think it looks
Oh gosh.
Oh
The
shit.
veil came off for a bit there.
Flaccid like that clip. So there you go, man. Thank you. Thank you for the monies.
Thanks, Don.
It was
Money.
feel free to give me extra money because of Black History Month. And if your white guilt spurs you to take cash out your wallet and
Now,
send
Black
it my
History
way,
Month's
then-
over. Now we march.
You even got an extra day. You even got an extra day.
And I didn't take advantage. Goddamn.
He had a whole
did
extra
I.
day. The groundhog saw his shadow and everything.
We
We
had
all
the
missed.
animals.
We all missed the free N-word day.
We had the cosmos as well as the animals on our side. And we didn't do shit with it, man. I didn't do shit with it.
Is leap year a form of like reparations for the month of February? They give
Yeah,
it an
man.
extra day every 4 years. They're like, we're sorry, you're so short. Here you go. Here you go, Black History Month. Here's one more day.
Bro, that extra day was on point. We could have done a lot with that day. That would have been like, I'm telling you, that was Sozin's comment for Black people. If we had all known that it was even happening.
Black power is at its strongest on February 29th.
Privilege bending. And that
Oh
girl
my
was not
gosh.
11. She was definitely of age.
Oh my gosh.
It's Black History Month somewhere in Africa.
Every month is Black History Month in
Maybe.
Africa. It's
Back
true.
to the
Do they have
field.
White History Month in Africa?
I don't know.
I don't know. Ask that darn kitty. Ask
Maybe
her.
South
she'll know.
Africa. Yeah, I like her.
Oh, is she
Look.
South African? I didn't know that.
Jokes on y'all because the field slaves, we out there getting buff. We out there getting strong. Okay. So you tell us back to the fields, what you're really saying is go train more.
Go work out.
Go train, go work out. Go be great, like Ripper says. Go be great in the field.
There was that guy a long time ago who suggested that's the reason why like the NBA is dominated by Black people is because of that. It's like, well,
Those
you
are
know,
the ones from the field.
yeah. It's like, well, you're breeding the strongest with the strongest, and it's like, okay. It's like it's like, well, his career's over.
Exactly. They cleared the field out. They said, okay, we can afford to knock this field out. And they drew the little lines on the ground. And they said, all right, stay right here and play
Don't move,
ball.
though.
We watching you, but you get to play. God,
What was
please.
the movie? What was the? Oh yeah, it was Airplane, where they show him going to Africa and he introduces basketball to the natives, and they're all great at it.
Oh no.
I remember that.
Who's this?
They call
God, please send help. I ran out of gas with my daughter hours ago. I have contacted my family and police. I walked to a gas station to get help. No one would help. I was saying, someone please help us get gas. But look, man, I don't know what this is. Scams are a thing. $9 family is all we need to make it home. Y'all know this person, John Dalton.
I don't think this is the place
No.
to ask for it.
Yeah, John, this ain't the place, man. Look, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I truly am. If you really
Generally, you want to go to
a
somebody at the gas station nearby, not a live stream.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You fucking struggling and you watching the goddamn Avatar review stream. You got your priorities fucked up, bro. Man, watching the Avatar stream in the middle
Oh,
of
I
nowhere.
don't believe it. We know it's a scam. It's just it's fun to play like it isn't.
All right, y'all want to say anything before we get out of here? We're done.
We did it.
We did it. It only took 3 hours.
Yeah. I guess
3
Tuesday I've
hours
got
and
my
some French fries and some tears.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. My fries were still crunchy though, so I pulled a SpongeBob. I sucked that tear back up. High tea. Gord, I hope to see you on the next one, man.
Yeah, that'd be great. I got another. I have to have y'all on some of my streams that I do on Tuesdays, if possible. I don't know your all's availability, but
I have to lock Copa and the baby in a room, but
yeah,
I'm down.
I mean, you should be doing that stream or not, really.
Shoot, I'm free on a Tuesday, man. Just holler at me.
Yeah.
Gord is our. I don't know, man. You're taking the Aang spot. Copa's supposed to be Aang, but we gotta get the rest of the team Avatar here on the panel.
It's true.
Flaccid, we got to get you on the panel, bro. Who's Flaccid? It could be Zuko.
Yeah, it's a Phoenix. So Phoenix, he's like the Phoenix King.
Nice. Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. Come on, Flaccid, make it happen, bro. Talk about something else besides gay ass Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna say gay. I'm gonna say incest ass Game of Thrones. There you go. That's a little.
I mean, it's got a bit of both. It's got a bit of both.
Yeah. Well, all right, people. We're leaving. I'm gonna play a Toonami clip because I haven't in a while, I guess. But we had fun. See y'all next Friday for the next one. Flaccid is Azula. Nah, Azula is hot. Let me find my Toonami clip. My bad. Y'all got anything you want to plug or tell people to go check out this?
Yeah, I just I got my Tuesday stream. This Tuesday we're doing Lethal Weapon. I'll have Jacob Ironside on there. And then this past Wednesday I released my latest review video for Rings of Power episode 2. It's lengthy, but it's doing pretty good. I'm closing in on 1,000 subscribers. I need about 61 more, so we're getting there.
If you want to drop it on the private chat real quick, then
oh yeah, sure.
I'll do that. Make it happen. Hurry up, man. We're on the clock.
No, I'm done. We're getting there.
Jana, when are
I got nothing. I have a new channel. I just started my channel, so I have one video. I did a review on West Side Story, and I had Copa read it for me. So it was fun and made me laugh. So check it out.
All right, Jana, we gotta are you a mod? We gotta get you able to Copa drop something. Oh, Gore's channel.
Yeah. Thank you, Copa.
Copa drops Gord's channel, but not mine.
Yeah, but not the one that actually needs her shit dropped right now.
Thanks a lot, husband.
Copa, make it happen, man.
There we go.
There you go. 17 people here. This is more than what we had around this time last stream, which is good. I guess people want to come hang out, whether it's for Jana or for me. I don't know. I'm not going to pay attention because I don't want to cry any more than I already have tonight.
Both.
But thank y'all for being here. We're going strong. We're doing it weekly, okay? Getting out of the consumer mindset of just binging everything and just talking about it all at once. We're taking it slow and steady, okay? We're chilling. We're having fun with this Avatar journey. It also gives people time to watch the actual series at the same time.
Yeah.
In between. So, yeah, I know I'll watch an episode of this bullshit and then I go and throw on some episodes of the animated series and just get all those good feelings of Avatar again and remember why I'm an actual fan.
Cleansing. It's a cleansing.
Yeah. So there you go. We dropped those links. People, please go check those out. Watch those videos. Subscribing is not enough, okay? Actually put on the content. Watch it. If you don't watch it, just leave it on. Walk away from it, but help people get those watch hours and all that good stuff. But we appreciate y'all for supporting in the way that you do, in the way that you see fit. And we are
Leave
out.
a comment.
Leave a comment. Do all that good stuff. Yeah, I got nothing coming up. I'll let y'all know when I get back to streaming. Right now, I'm just doing artwork, personal and commission work. My dog business going well. So that has been a blessing. God looking out for me. Thank you, sir. yeah, life's still happening for the better. And it's only up from here.
That's right.
Peace.
Dreams are meaningful when you work toward them in the real world. If you merely live within the dreams of other people, it's no different from being dead.
It's only natural that you feel afraid right now.
We all possess something inside us that we cannot compromise. It's that inner passion that gives us the strength and courage to fight.
You have no right to tell me what I'm allowed to do or not do, or what knowledge I can or cannot learn.
Don't you know you gotta enjoy life, or it'll slip away?
The world needs all kinds of people. You should do what you wanna do.
Only one small part within a much greater flow. Nothing more than a fraction of the whole. But by putting all those ones together, you get one great all. That's why I won't ever give up.
We are getting stronger with every step we take.